Do-do-do-do-do-do. Hey, look, there we are. Hi, Oz. Right, I'm gonna mute that because that's weird. Okay, I can hear you. Hold on, let me. I'll mute you and then I'll see if because I can hear you. Right. Right, say words. Nah, nothing coming through in the stream.
I quite like the
How about now?
background that we have.
I did actually forget that I had something up on the screen at the time when I went live. Then I went, oh!
Oh my god.
What tag are we using for this stream?
Tag that. Like, I'm mute myself. Miri is the creative genius behind tonight's episode, so whatever she puts on, I accept fully. I am a mere creator of content. I leave all the work that requires intelligence to you guys.
Hi, I'm but the talent.
So, I'll keep talking, and then somebody tells me when Miri comes through in the stream, just so we know what's happening. Okay?
Okay, let's see if
Hello,
I can hear myself.
And welcome to Sanity Chat Gaming Halloween edition. This week is going to be slightly different. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I am going to be running Alien. It occurred to me earlier on today that I did not make this in any way to do with Halloween. I just picked it because I wanted to run Alien. So, in future, if I do it again, I'll make it at least vaguely Halloween themed, but you know, whatever. Some pumpkins about the ship. I don't know. The aliens have got pumpkin tinsel on them. I don't know. Just it's scary. Scary stuff. Halloween. Okay.
Yeah. It's also on Halloween, so that they're also like ghost aliens. I don't know.
Yeah. It doesn't come up in the stream at any point, but just assume this all happens on the 31st of October. Okay. Anyway, so this is going to be a little bit different. Real Sly says we've got feedback. Look, I don't know what that means. I assume it means the computer's
God, not
exploding
again.
now.
Oh, I know what it means. Hang on, I can fix that. I can fix that. Oh, I know what it means.
Okay. While she's fixed it, I will explain what's going to happen. We're on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I have written a section to be done every day. Today, there's going to be the exploration of the ship. If this runs short, then it runs short. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. We're just here to have fun. And I don't know, that's pretty much it. I'll introduce the people we've got moving around as well, because it's a little bit of a mix this week, because I don't think Leon
I get my camera working.
You might have it on two things, Mary. Have you got it in roll 20 already?
I think
No.
the audio might not be picking up.
One of the things is you have to...
I can hear us now, I think.
Okay, you have to... This is going to be a pain in the bottom, but to get the camera to work on Discord, you have to shut down Streamlabs first and then bring it
I'm
up
not
on
in
Discord.
Streamlabs.
Is it not Streamlabs you're
I'm in
using?
OBS.
I don't know how it works with OBS then.
With OBS.
Okay, I will get rid of this one here. Bin that one.
I'll do the introductions in a
Hopefully
minute,
that didn't mess up the stream too badly when I did that. It probably did, but...
I mean, it went to Fluffgar Creations, which I like as our technical
Right.
difficulties stream. Fluffgar, technical difficulties. just a picture of you there with just like hair and
Will
fire and
Discord
stuff.
recover? Come on, Discord, you can do it. You can do this.
So, what was I going to throw out there? So tonight's a bit different in terms of the streamers we have with us, because Leon, I don't think you have actually been on one of these games with Miri and Logan before, is that right? Unless you've done a Floria with us, which you might have been together. It's hard to remember things.
No stream-wise, no.
This is the first time that
Mary and
There we
you
go.
have been on Flurry together.
Hey, there she is.
Hi, Mary.
Hello.
No we're streaming,
I like the.
I think.
Miri's
We are
definitely
streaming,
been.
yes.
Yeah, we are definitely streaming. Yeah, I'm looking at us. Miri has definitely been on stream with Logan before in the Floria campaign. Logan may have been in the Floria with us with Leon, but I don't think so because Logan only tends to play the 2 nights a week that we normally play. Chris, however, has not been on with Logan and Minnie before because I don't think we've ever played a game together.
I have never been streaming a game ever with you. This is before that. The only actually no, I've played with 3 of you in actual games before that. I've played with Lee. I've actually DM'd Rach, and I've DM'd Leon and Lee as well.
Yeah. So let's do the credentials thing. I think that's us up and running so we can kind of be more normal now. Leon's got very formal all of a sudden. Hello, formal Leon.
That's because
I'm
2
Lizzie
of us are wearing some sort of costume, as was
Ooh.
I
discussed.
have nothing.
Yeah,
As was
this is my
I'm
costume.
wearing a white t-shirt. That's the best I've got.
That'll
Well,
do.
we'll go round the boxes and we'll explain what's going on. Leon, because we're running a bit late here, we'll go quite fast. Leon, who are you playing tonight and what is your character class?
Today I am playing John Vallon, or just Vallon, the corporate liaison for the Wayland Young Tea Corporation. He
Yutani. Okay.
John Tanny, sorry. He cares very much about himself and about his career at the company, but not much for anybody else. He is very his entire point of view is like get the mission done, move up the ladder. That's it. Just everyone is expendable except from me.
Okay. Okay. maybe don't tell them that right now, but okay.
Lisa, quick and short.
He's very like openly. Oh, I love the team.
Leon, we need to move on.
Yeah.
Good. Chris, who are you? Who are you playing?
I'm Jock McLean. I'm a Marine, and I tend to be quite chatty between while they're in missions, and I have a past.
Ooh, a dark and mysterious past that
Yes.
we may or may not discover in the stream.
A
That's
working
nice.
class
Oh, God.
Marine who was basically poverty drafted initially.
Nice. Logan, I'm sure you have read your character sheet by this point. Who are you?
A wee
Oh
bit.
my god.
So my character is called Professor Grimm. He is a scientist who is, how can I describe this? A very busy person.
If that's what you want to say, that's all you have to say, mate. That's absolutely fine. Busy person with a secret agenda, perhaps?
Maybe. Let's see.
Mary, who has dressed for the occasion. I feel bad about not making more of an effort now. Literally in my jammies. It's really cold in my house, so. Mary, who are you and who are you playing?
I'm Rat, whose actual name is Natalie Mauser. I'm a roughneck, and I'm pretty much in it for the money mostly, and, you know, fuck you guys.
Except one other person who's perhaps your friend, however.
Yeah.
We'll find out who that is. And a Rachel. Who are you and who are you playing?
I'm Rachel. I play Rosita Price, however, she goes by Rose. I am a Marine, and she doesn't really give a fuck about anybody else, except her buddy.
Buddy. No one for the buddy? Okay, fine, whatever, I'll move on. Okay, cool. So, aliens, we're going to get started now because that's 20 past 8. As always, a ship pans overhead, comes overhead of the camera, moving slowly towards a much larger vessel. I wrote something for this. The onboard systems crackles briefly and announces, docking completed, suspended animation sequence terminated. 5 stasis pods sit inside a cargo bay. Lights start flashing, machines hum to life, and a thawing process begins. Time passes. Lights flash from red to yellow to green. The seals and suspension units unseal, with a slight popping noise, and they open, spilling revitalising chemical mist into the room. The occupants of the units start to stir. The room lights brighten, and on the left-hand wall, a coffee machine starts pouring the dark liquid into the waiting coffee pot. Yellow lights click on the floor, on the floor and the walls, leading you, the awakening people, to a briefing room. The onboard computer speaks again. Please collect your belongings and make your way to the briefing area for work assignments. help yourself to a cup of coffee, rated redacted on 173 colonies. Welcome to Redacted. All 5 of you wake. Who would like to be the first to wake up? Leon is the first to wake up.
I think
Where is he? There.
I will wake up and I will quickly have a look into all of the other pods, and one of the screens will hit my face as it starts to go up, and the one that hits my face just happens to be Jocks.
Okay. You're all wearing your typical space pants that they wear in Alien, which is just like the kind of white Y fronts and the vest. And looking over you do indeed say Jock, all kind of like marine bodied there, scars, tattoos, looking kind of badass. And you waking up, Jock, looking
And I
into
look
his
at
eyes.
him and I says, "Oh no, that arsehole again."
Did we have the budget for a medical advisor on this in Ontario?
Walk it off.
No, I think I might need a plaster.
You hear Leon and Jock bickering. Logan, you wake up next. Professor Grimm, with his non-ominous sounding name at all.
Wake up and I look around the room if there was anything of interest.
The footlockers are at the bottom of the bed. Each one of them has your name. Has the name of the individual in the pod. Leon, these are the 4 people that you selected for this journey. You were woken up briefly before the shuttle was taken from the USS in Ontario. So at the moment, they don't actually know why they're here.
If you please join me in the hull of the ship, I'll be able to give a mission briefing before I initiate our engagement.
I think he plays the rest of the game just for like his nose just dripping.
Just telling me I know.
Session 3.
I fart loudly as I wake up.
Yeah, it's like at the top of the typical roughneck thing.
Oh, I feel like shit. You look worse.
You start to see me like trying to like find like tissues in my box, so I'll go quickly over to mine.
I quickly check my box, getting out the round that's in there.
Everything is usually expected to be any signature items you have chosen that are in there. There are standard clothing and all the belongings that you would require that are noted on your character sheet. I won't go through them right now, but everything's there. Rishal, you wake up last.
Oh, it's just you lot. Ugh. I guess it's time to go to work. And then I'm just gonna get up, probably whack my head off the ceiling thingy because I've forgotten that I was in the pod, and then I will go and get dressed.
Yeah, you set up, you go to the side, and you've spun around too far up and just bang.
Shit.
But yeah, with that, you can help yourself to a cup of fucking disgusting coffee. However, any of yous that yous are all experienced spacefarers, and you know fine well what you're getting into if you dare drink that stuff. It will wake you up. It will make you regret being awake. Yes.
That's the stuff.
Oh yeah.
It will make you need to poop.
Already
Yes.
there.
Already just crapping on the floor.
Is that sweet?
Wait
Are we
till you get to
like
the
pants
bathroom.
from waking up in the
Ugh.
things?
I'll say to the crew, just to have a first meeting in the hull of the ship before we go to the cafeteria and begin our meal.
Knock yourself
Then,
out, Cupcake.
It's,
Just drinking the horrible coffee still.
I walk
Roadsy's
along,
good
clearly
enough.
like not wanting to be there already.
I'm sorry about it's all just black coffee. We didn't have the budget for milk, so, or sugar,
Milk.
or real coffee, as in coffee.
There we go. So
This
mission
is actually just shit.
right.
Take a
now,
sip. No, this isn't shit.
I've tasted shit. Shit's better than this. So with that, you gather your belongings, just kind of shake yourself awake. You have all got the hangover that comes with going into hypersleep. Luckily, you all took your hydration pills beforehand, so you aren't on the verge of death, which is what happens if you forget to take the hydration pills. The lights clearly show you which area to move through to, and as you follow the lights, however fast or slow you wish to, there is indeed a room that looks like a cargo bay that kind of doubles as a canteen and just resting area. This is a small shuttle. It's mainly designed for short hops. But yeah, there's need some seats and there is some green screens. Very kind of old school Alien in the console itself. Each one of them has the same message on them. There is packets of kind of dehydrated food to eat towards the side of the room. You've vetted it before. It has vitamins in it, probably.
I look over the packs to see like what's inside, like what flavor.
They say
Shit
beef,
flavour.
beef stew, and then one says lasagna, and then one says bolognese. But what you've noticed is when you eat these things, they all kind of taste the same. If grey had a colour, a taste, it would taste like this. Some are lumpier
It
than
would
others.
taste great.
Oh, but,
I just take one. I don't care which one, and just
I take mine and then realize I don't like it, and then I go over to Chris and say, sorry, I think you might have. Would you like to maybe exchange?
I don't give a crap what one. Just give me the food,
Okay, I exchange mine for.
then I pass it.
Can I
for
swoop in and take the one out of his hand? And...
Hey,
Oh, good beef. Just what I wanted. Beef. Thanks. Slaps him on the back a little bit too hard.
very well. I go through and I say that lasagna is the only one left, and it's. I open it up and it's not lasagna.
It's not lasagna though. It's like this. It certainly says lasagna.
It's sort of the shape of lasagna.
It's like
It's good.
Bon appetit.
it smells like lasagna. If you ate lasagna and then shat lasagna and then put it in a pack and gave it to someone, it smells like that kind of lasagna. Chewy.
I laugh at him because he thought it was actually going to be lasagna.
Fucking newbies.
I start laughing too with John. Just while I'm eating, like.
Fucking stupid corpo. Logan, what are you doing at this point? I'm assuming watching the UFC.
Not this time.
Ah.
Dude, I'm immersive right now with the darkness.
into
So
it.
I get all my stuff and I ask. Hang on, what's your character's name again?
Valen.
I
John
ask
Valen.
Valen why we're really here.
Oof.
Ah, yes. I'll stand up from my chair, kind of thing. Like it like creaks a lot as I stand up. You will be here as answering to a call from a camp called Camp Gideon. Am I pronouncing that rightly? Gideon.
That actually is probably more of a. I thought it was Geddy Man, but now you said Gideon, that makes more sense.
It
I've never
looks like
heard
Geddy
it.
Man to me.
G-E-D-I man. Geddy Man, go with you.
Giddy Man. Camp Giddy Man. We received a very prominent notification from a camp within coming from a source from the company. So we are charged with finding where this notification has came from and its origin. But it's
That's the
important.
same thing as where it came from.
Well, we want to know the circumstances why they are sending out this kind of signal. It is very unorthodox, not up to company policy. I would like to now like show everyone my my ID cards. I am John Valen, and just make sure everyone kind of sees the cards. I'll be your corporate liaison with the Wayland Corporation. If you have
Lots of words.
any circumstances, any discrepancies that you want to bring up, just come to me, and I will deal with them with.
Do we get a bonus?
Perhaps if you do a good job, you'll get a good
He's lying.
accommodation.
I like
Always
spit.
takes our bonus.
Mr. Valen goes on at this point for a while. Now, what you do recognise from this card that he's shown you, Murray, this is the kind of guy that's not just your boss. This is the kind of guy that your boss's boss would answer to. So he's 5 foot up the chain, which means you automatically hate him and know he's a fucking useless dick.
Yeah.
But he's also the kind of person that can take everything you own and make life very difficult for you, and make sure the next time you get sent to a colony, you're doing the work by hand.
I'm used to this sort of guy, I think.
Yeah, it's like, I fucking hate these guys. The Marines, of course, will recognise this as like, yeah, when you have commanders, this is the guy that kind of comes in, and when the commander gives you a command, he'll give you something sensible, and then this is the kind of guy that will whisper his ear, and then all of a sudden your mission becomes a suicide mission. So that's fun. And Logan, or Professor Grimm, you've worked with these guys before.
Make them for sure.
I would like to point out Professor Grimm. He is a very prestigious member of this group. I'm sure you have experiences working on perhaps not the same system that the outpost was working on at Camp Galand, but perhaps something similar. And that's why you have been chosen specifically by myself to come on to this company.
The day the dirty work, I see, aye. I'm fond of it.
Sounds like such an honour.
Yes, you have all been handpicked by me through certain circumstances, budget cuts such as, to come along to this outpost and find out why they are sending out a corrupted distress call and a notification.
So this continues for a little while. You just go back and forward, realising that this guy has definitely got your best interest at heart, and
I've
is going
lost
to make sure you all
interest.
make it safely. Yeah.
Just eating my
However,
food.
there is some things as he goes through. You do read the mission brief, and the mission brief says some words that some of you's like. The 5,000 credits for satisfactory completion of the mission sounds pretty solid. The 3 times the rate of pay for each shift that you spend there. So for every 12-hour period that you spend fixing going to the ship and then going to the camp, you're getting triple time. That's pretty good money.
And then there's like the smaller and smaller like print, like the Charlie the Chocolate Factory, like it just keeps on going down and down, smaller and smaller.
Yeah, you read things like standard NDA, punishable by exile, loss of all earnings from
blah
now
blah
until
blah blah
death.
blah blah.
Yeah, sign it. Yeah. So.
So
I don't
corporate.
speak this language.
How dangerous exactly is this, considering we're getting 3 times our usual pay?
Well, it's
Very.
it's not. Some payments are not down to the danger. I'm sure you agree. Some it's to do with just the importance to the cooperation.
Every time it's included me, it's been down to danger, or down to me having to do less than savoury things.
Well, it's good to have you on board then. Okay. So.
A green light starts to flash. The ship is on autopilot. You hear it coming from the cockpit. Just a loud pinging noise.
Is that meant to happen?
No,
Obviously.
no, that's really bad.
Worst. No, it's great.
You're right. I'm not very familiar with.
No.
The Marines and the
procedure.
Roughneck would be very familiar with this.
What exactly do you do, other than tell me what to do?
Breathe too much air.
I'm,
Liz,
I keep the team together. Keep up morale and make sure everyone gets paid. So, I guess that's.
Rose, he's the one that whispers into the ears of the guys and gives us bad intel.
Oh,
A voice
no,
comes
I
from. A voice comes
pass
over the
on-
intercom.
I pass on as much as I can to you to get the job
Get
done.
that quiet!
Sorry.
Greetings, short-range craft. Designation, puddle jumper. This space is restricted. Please provide clearance or leave the area. If you require assistance, hold the line for an operator.
I'm sorry. I'll give us proper clearance. I'll go up to. Would it be the hull where I'll be able to?
And
answer
basically, there's a cockpit, and it's got like there's a console. I mean, you're familiar with how consoles work. You see the kind of communication system, and you can press a button on it to reply.
that?
finish eating
I
quickly.
reply as if it was like not an automated like message. He thinks it's a real person. Like, hello there. I am John Vallon, the corporate liaison for the USS Ontario. Do you read me? Over.
The message repeats again, however, somehow with its automated voice with more urgency. This area is restricted. Please transmit clearance codes.
Clearance codes. I look around for my mission pack to see if I remember to put in the clearance codes.
You do have company clearance codes. As a level 7 employee, there's basically some company codes that you can just punch into the system and send.
I will quickly punch them in, looking over my shoulder to see like if anyone's looking.
And with that, yeah, the ship changes course slightly. Docking permission granted. Autopilot will provide you with assistance. Docking area 1 open. And the ship kind of starts to go round, lines up with it, matches speed, and slowly comes in for docking. Is anyone else up in the cockpit with Leon, or is it just Leon?
Just Leon, I'm quickly
Yeah,
finishing
I'm
food
not
and then
there.
going to check weapons.
Yeah. I'm
That's
gonna go
absolutely
towards the docking the airlock to make sure that the gasket hasn't gone yet.
I'm gonna sneakily go somewhere.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, where are you secretly going this small craft?
The toilet.
She has to walk by you all to secretly go this place.
Stealth
Go
roll.
for it, will you? Nah, you can do
I
this.
probably
You
wouldn't
guys,
notice. I'm checking the sights on my guns at the minute.
I'm just doing some press ups because my muscles are stiff.
I'm a-
For not moving for God knows how long.
the whole process for the ship to kind of move in and link up with the other one takes about 15 minutes, giving you time to move towards the airlock of the puddle jumper. Inside the airlock, there is 5 suits with your names on them. You recognise these as military issue EVA suits, specifically designed to give you full use of your extremities and be able to do things on ships. Also protect you against things like environmental hazards, vacuum, general nastiness. Because unlike the movie Covenant, you are not just going to plunge headlong into piles of mucus and be like, yay! That was from me and Mary there. Anyone who
Yeah.
ever watches this, because we've talked about that at length. So they make some weird ass decisions in that movie.
Military issue, better than usual. Still makes me suspicious. Corporal.
That is actually something you all notice. Like usually for this kind of mission, especially if it's just a kind of go and fix some things mission, military issue hardware is surprising. And then you do a bit of the Marines specifically do a bit of a check of the weapons they've been provided with. These aren't like, oh, there might be an angry colonist who's disabled the communications array. These are like really fucking cool weapons.
Not used an incinerator for a long time. Last time I did that, some bodies had to be fried.
Incinerators are particularly
Sounds
strange
fun.
choices because shooting fire at people is a bit weird. That's why we have bullets.
I try and look around the ship for where the
Yep, that's fine. For the thing that you're asking for, yes, you do indeed find some.
I come back to the ship and say, "Oh, there you guys are. Oh, good. I see you found the toys." And
Yes, we
Oh, good,
tried
you're
to
back.
hide from you.
oh well, I'm
What would
sure
we do
you're
without
really
you?
pleased with. Well, you wouldn't have the gear you have today. I'll tell you. But some would say that we should spend as little as possible on these kind of materials. But I say not for my crew. They get the best. They get the
I don't
top
believe
shelf.
you. I believe
Sure.
this is going to be much, much worse than you say it is.
I
Oh
fucking
no,
love
no, no!
Contagion Leon,
Just
he's
a
great.
normal mission. Just you get the best, my good sir.
I roll
I
my eyes and look
don't
over
believe you
at. Just have to check name. Rose.
So yeah, the docking clamp clicks in. I'm assuming you guys don't want to put on your EVA suits, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It seems sensible.
I've got the
Yeah.
EVA suit on
Does
and
seem-
I've raised my weapon at the entrance.
Oh wow, paranoia straight away. That's what I like.
Is these the big
Um,
chunky gear we're putting on?
I'm just trying to put
No,
it on
the-
like, oh, for fuck's sake.
These are literally very well made. Like the fact that you've as a roughneck, you've heard stories of well made gear. The stuff you've had in the past is like 3 different suits that have been welded together, and you just assume they leak because of course they leak.
I welded some
Well,
of
like, every
myself.
now- Yeah, it's like this is what happens. This is like top of the line gear. Like when you watch the vids at night when you're drinking yourself into a stupor, you see like the fancy people wearing these. You're thinking, can I steal this? Can this be mine? So yeah, like you can fart in this and it takes the fart smell away.
Can I send it to
Um,
his suit?
Basically, think of having like a second skin.
Yeah, very high quality gear, and as Jock said, almost suspiciously good. But yeah,
I start
so
to get
the,
worried.
document- it's like, oh shit. Am I in a film? Am I the first to die? Just don't be the Scottish person in the movie. They're the first to go.
My character's Scottish.
Well, I made a mistake there, mate. So the arm comes out and you hear it click on with the puddle jumper. You hear air pressurise and the door. Of course, it's an airlock, so doors close, doors open, nothing crazy's happening, and there's indeed a walkway that 0G taking you across to the USS Icarus. Who would like to go first?
I will.
I go
I'll-
I
after
go
you
alongside
to the
her,
to the.
go-
gun raised all the time.
I'll go after Miss Price.
So yeah,
You
easy
will
enough, yeah.
call me Rose.
I say, wait. I was going to say, no. I think John should go first since he's the one that's kind of organised this.
John Valen. Interesting, John Valen. Will you go first?
Oh well, I appreciate your confidence in me, Professor Grimm. But I would like to really give the opportunity for other people to show their skill. And
How about
really,
the ones with the weapons go
He's
first?
scared.
Do our guns or do our EV suits have the torches on them?
Yeah, you can torch wherever you want your sci-fi bullshit to be. It can be in your guns, it can be in the helmets, it can be in your arms. Whatever,
Okay.
whatever makes it easiest enough for you.
I turn it on just to make sure that
weird
it's
ones
on,
here.
just in case.
Absolutely.
And then begin
There is
to
like
walk
so
Solid.
forward.
ridiculous.
how would you like to go first? Just be a real team player. Just lead us onward.
Rose, I think
There's no
it's
good guts
being
at
us
all.
to these two will just get us killed.
I
So,
think as
we
well.
will do the thing that Chris said we will do 5 minutes ago. I was worried there
Yes.
wouldn't be enough content for this episode. We'll be
Told you,
fine,
we'll be
guys.
fine.
Yeah, we'll ramble.
We have not left the 3-paragraph introduction that I've done so far.
Told ya.
I've tried.
You haven't did that. It makes me laugh because it's one of the things I panicked. I was like, what if they tear through it? Like, no, I forgot.
No,
People
no,
talk.
we're
it's
fine.
wonderful. I would love it. Honestly, guys, it's
It's
fantastic.
us. We will never finish on time.
So, Chris, yeah, you clip your there's little kind of like a bungee cord with a little hook on it. Clip on the side, and you just kind of float yourself across. You pull yourself along. You've done this 100 times before. Yeah, you're an experienced marine. You've had to do ship-to-ship contact from these little wings, these little crafts before. Easy stuff. You get across. The rest of the team follow you. The door opens.
Rose
You all
was
move
in
inside.
front of me. We went at the same time.
Either or. Right, you the 2 Marines arrive first. The door opens, you all go in. The door closes. The room repressurises. Lights start to flicker on. You look across an airlock, much like you've seen many before. There is suits empty places where guest suits can be put, and there is suits on the other wall. Above the door, it's oh sorry, not above the door. A voice comes across the intercom. Welcome aboard the USS Icarus. Your liaison will meet you shortly. There's a
Okay.
single door. Oh, actually, let me just do this properly because I have got maps, people. If you can believe such a thing.
Do we
Oh,
have
oh.
anything that tells us if there's an environment?
The suit readings do read clear across the board. There is there is an environment indeed, a breathable atmosphere, and there's no toxins in this location. In
Valen,
this
you should take your-
location.
Valen, you should take your
uh,
helmet off. Test if it's safe.
I believe we should probably try and find the mother system. It is usually housed in the center of the ship, but that's the design of each ship is different. I have a map too that you should find in each of your military issue suits. Right now, I would like us to focus on trying to find the pinpoint the location of this notification.
Has a map came up for you on the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, one room.
I see
yeah,
a little room.
The room has
There's a-
Oh,
appeared,
yes.
There you go. There's a room, and it leads a single door that leads you, presumably, out into the rest of the ship.
Well,
yeah.
let's
I look
go.
over at Rose. Should we take the lead again?
I think it's best. They will get themselves killed.
Should we
Yeah.
put our character on there?
I wouldn't bother making that. It'd be a lot of moving around for no real reason. I'll just open up. These maps aren't the scale. They're D&D scale, which isn't going to work for the game. If at certain points we might put them in a map for funsies, but otherwise it's just to give you a kind of indication of where you are, and also give me an indication of where you are, because stuff happens.
Do I have on my person, or does anyone here on the person have a larger copy of the ship interior?
You have a map of the ship and what it should look like. The map you've got, well, I'm going to tell you, the map you've got is a standard configuration of the type of ship that you're in now. You're not particularly good with ships, but this one didn't mean anything to you. If the rest of the people had looked at this, they'd seen that it is it's primarily used as reconnaissance for military. This one is old. It looks like it's been kind of retrofitted, so you roughly know where things are. But things might be a little bit different. But I mean, what you're thinking so far is okay.
So I raise my gun again,
Mhm.
and start to walk to the door, checking left and right when we get to it.
Absolutely fine.
I pull out my motion tracker. Like,
Ooh.
how does that work?
It works very much like in the films, badly.
I can't remember.
Basically, little
Can't remember
dots.
Alien.
It's a really shitty screen, and then occasionally dots appear on it and go ping, ping. At the moment, when you open it, the only readings you're getting are for the people in the party. Have you moved into the corridor? So the two Marines, they move into the corridor. The first thing they see is a large pillar in front of them with some writing on it. Printed writing, not like in blood or anything. And you can
Can
see
we
you can
read
go
it?
to... You can, but before I do that, you can go to the right or the left, and it appears that there you can walk round the pillar and perhaps go straight forward. The pillar does indeed have some writing on it. Let me just make sure I get this right. It gives directions to different locations in the ship. It says the bridge is to the left. And what's in there is botanics, astro navigation, captain's briefing room, and to the right is crew quarters, laboratory, engines, and cold storage. And it also shows there's a bit at the bottom that kind of shows an arrow that goes to the side and then kind of like round. You think it's trying to indicate you can go forward as well, and it just says maintenance.
Okay. Well, there's.
Well, boss.
Well, I don't want to be making all of the decisions on this.
What
I,
do you
I
need
want us
done?
To be a cohesive group. I need to find the location of the.
I'll help you out there, Leon.
the distress
You're
call.
looking to get several bits of information from this. You want communication logs? you want the lab data, you want to try and make contact with anyone on the ship, and you want the scan data for the sector that you're in, depending on what happens when you meet up with the ship's crew.
Well, boss, are we expecting anyone on the ship?
There should be. There was no message that came through that was said otherwise.
If
we
we're
were to
finding
find
people,
someone,
the best place to check is the bridge.
Let's go and look
I
around.
disagree. I think they would probably either be if they're still alive.
What do you mean if?
Obviously something has went wrong for them to not.
No
I
shit.
I check my guns loaded again.
You just said that everything's normal. I don't like this.
What I'm going to
Everything's
throw out there
been
is that
normal
the
so far.
ship's... One second, Lynn. The ship's intercom's working.
I'll go to the intercom and I'll press the button. And would this be out to the entire ship?
This, you can do it to ship, you can do it to individuals. I mean, the ship-wide communication would probably be the best bet if you're trying to find somebody, unless you know specifically who you're looking for.
I'll send it straight towards the crew quarters, and I'll just say, "Hello, crew of the USS Icarus. This is John Vallon, the company liaison of the USS Ontario. There should have been a liaison with you that should be meeting with us soon. We are waiting for your feedback."
Silence.
Over.
I'm just
Silence.
leaning back like, against the wall with my arms folded.
It's like,
Could have
I've
just
seen
woken
horror
all of
movies.
those people up.
Well, I can tell you
They might
right
have been
now
napping.
that my report will not be looking very favorably on their accommodation.
I'm now sort of like patrolling the centre bit, checking each of the entrances with gun raised.
Okay. This door here to the this area there, that you would assume it goes to the front of the ship. That door is locked.
Okay.
As in, like it needs a key, or is it like blocked, kind of locked? If you get me,
It
or
is
barred off.
locked. It is. Yeah, I mean, it is locked. As you can't go to get through it. These kind of doors don't use keys. They have control panels on them. You can try and override this.
Can I take a look
might
at
take
it?
some time. You absolutely can. You can give me either a heavy machinery roll or a Comtech roll if you prefer,
Ooh,
to see if you can open it. Or
I could
actually,
try
I'll tell
and
you what.
break it.
Who's well? You could try and break it. It is a very, very thick door, as if it's.
Let's not try that then.
I'm
Well,
better
so
with
ripping
heavy
apart-
machinery, so
Well, what we'll do instead, rather than making rolls when we don't need to, you look at this. Yeah, you could open that. Take about 3 hours. But you could do it.
Well, we have a lot of time.
I'm gonna ask, are we getting paid by the hour here?
You'll be paid in a lump sum, paid to you or our representative.
Oh shit, there's no point in that
the
door then.
representative part makes me suspicious.
Jock, as you're doing your rounds just of this area here, you see there's a door down there that doesn't appear to be locked, and you see a humanoid figure walk from this room here and then go into that room there.
Oh, damn.
Do we all see this?
A humanoid figure just moved.
I'm looking at the door, so I don't think I saw this.
Let's go that way. I think we should check.
We should
I don't
probably,
think we should check on it.
You don't?
No, no until we're getting an order. I only do what I'm here paid to do.
That's fair enough.
If
I
there
can
are
respect
people
that.
on the- if there are people still on the Icarus that that if there are crew members, we should interact with them. I don't see why not.
Are you sure?
They may be busy. They may not be Right,
If
you're
they haven't
reading my-
interacted with us, there's a reason for that.
Well, let me
I
know that,
suspect that we should probably go in there armed and weapons up.
Very well.
Like half my maintenance jack and go, well, I'm not going first.
If
I'll get my rifle out and let's go.
I'll add for this, for people that care about such things, is that you had 2 types of ammunition for this mission. The ammunition you currently have are known as soft slugs. These will put a human on their ass. They will not puncture the hull of the ship.
Okay.
And I have made them up specifically for this because you might want to shoot your gun, and it's not much fun if you're like,
That's the last thing we
can't
need.
shoot your
Oops,
gun, yeah.
vacuum.
So I am assuming that you have chose to put the soft slugs in the gun. That is up to you, but I am
Yeah, well,
assuming you've done so. Yeah.
uh,
Are you making your way towards the door where the humanoid figure went in?
I'm making my way cautiously towards the door. I'm like,
I'm-
hello, is there
I'm gonna
anybody
back
there?
up.
You're going to back up, right? I'm going to assume the 2 Marines go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to the door, you open it, and at the other side of the room, you see a humanoid figure wearing overalls. There is blood splatter all over the overalls. It has got a brush, and it is just humming to itself.
Oh, that's a
Hello.
regular.
Who are you? Person.
It turns around to you. Working Jill at your service.
Why do you have blood on you?
It's paint.
Is this a machine?
Working Joe, doing the dirty jobs, so you don't have to.
This definitely
It's
a
a
machine.
Joe. Where have you been? Have you not seen a working Joe? Jesus, these company
I-
types.
I think this is not a humanoid. This appears to be some form of android that was employed at the
No
Emperor.
shit.
Working Joe gets a job done.
I'll go straight up to Working Joe. Working Joe, give analysis of crew members' health. They should have this something on this on file.
404, response not found.
That's
Just like
right.
leaning
I'm
against the wall again, like giggling to myself about this. So just snickering.
I'm gonna,
He's not very
I-
good at his job.
would I know? Would I know any like baseline command codes for some form of android?
What you would know about Working Joe is Working Joes are basically the shittest androids available. They are pretty much mannequins that can clean the floor and do very basic maintenance work. You send them into rooms that are like toxic or smell bad and make them clean things, but they don't stop. They do stop. They'll go and charge up, and they'll go out and they will clean up. That is it. This is not a true AI. This is just, it's a Roomba that walks about in 2 legs. Right, so right now you're trying to ask a Roomba like what happened in the ship. However, it is covered in blood. Like there's blood up its legs, there's blood all over it, and it is just. I'll actually show you a picture. I did make stats for the Working Joe. Here you go.
I'll say to Professor Grimm, Professor, could you give light to this kind of blood? Like, is this can someone lose this much blood while still being alive? I mean, it's
Not
And
usually.
even making an observational, mate. Whatever fucking happened to you, that person is not doing well. If that much blood has came out of someone's like, this is a real problem for that person. If they were
I've
not
seen
put
that amount of
into,
blood come out of people. They
this is
don't
a
usually survive.
the Joe kind of turns his head and looks directly at you, Leon, and says, I've got a funny one here, where is it? This Joe stole a human's job.
That sounds about right.
I mean, it looks like it stole more than its job.
Well, yes.
Oh,
Let's
it reminds me of
go.
when Marjorie lost her leg in an accident.
well, it's just I'll say to the Working Joe, well, you're just a testament to the Whaling Corporation in providing the finest.
Still
even
talking to a
in
Roomba.
these
Are you
circumstances,
complimenting-
still
This guy
compliment
is
something with
seriously.
no.
Can I
Seek-sung,
Why is he here
hire
exactly?
your own Joe from Seek-sung
Can
at
I-
the earliest convenience.
can I look in the room that it came out of, wherever it came out of, and because it went out of somewhere into somewhere else.
Yeah.
It did.
You move between the rooms. It's cleaning cleaning equipment, cleaning chemicals. It's just basic maintenance repair tools. It looks like maybe if the lights needed changed, or there was just like some kind of doors that needed to be oiled. It's just that kind of stuff. It's the stuff you'd expect as a roughneck to see from a Joe. You've worked with these things before. They suck.
Can I stand
are
in the
just-
room for an uncomfortable amount of time until someone comes and checks?
I'm gonna say something
I
to the
go
working
and
Joe.
check and
Go ahead.
I don't.
Leon continues talking to the room, but Leon, go.
Working
sorry.
Joe, please give me location of rubbish. I assume that it must have some. If it has all this blood, maybe it's cleaned up a body or something. And I'd just like to know where it's put it.
I like that. Okay. It's a working Joe. It's a Roomba though, mate. Okay. Refuse is taken to appropriate place of refuse storage. Biological matter is taken to sick bay.
Interesting.
would I
felt
still
a
be able to
stun
hear
back
him
in.
out there?
Sorry, Logan, say your thing first.
I pull up my stun back and I says, can we just destroy this thing?
Okay,
Well, that-
come back
the-
to
the
that.
Roomba.
Chris,
Would
what's he
I
done to
still,
you? Cleans the floor.
No, but would I still be able to hear
Kill some.
him out there having a deep conversation with the Roomba?
Yeah, I mean, you heard the thing about the biological waste being taken to sickbay. This
look
thing
over-
does not have many words in its vocabulary. It's got pre-programmed sequences it can say, but that's what it said.
I look over at the roughneck and I just go like, clearly doesn't clean up all the refuse. And then-
What I did when he came in the room was go to jump at someone and scare them. And went, oh, it's you, jock.
I raised the gun. Then he do that again.
I thought it'd be that wank John.
It's fine now.
Leon, we love you so much. I know you're playing a character. It's really, really funny.
No man, Valen's an asshole, so I like it.
I'm so into it, mate. It's just it makes me feel bad because I'm like, ha ha ha. Did I say Leon and I should say John because it's your character and he is terrible.
Gion?
So yeah.
Lawn.
So yeah, you spend some time with the Roomba. You don't get any more out of it than it would take biological waste to sickbay. And then every now and again it speaks in a human's voice and mentions that working Joes steal jobs.
I think I have a good idea, crew. I think we should split up. So
Sure.
Yeah,
The two of
very
us
well.
we're in a different room.
Well, we're just off
You're
the
all
main
relatively
bit.
close
Yeah.
together, yeah. I mean, the door's open, she jumped out. You can all
Yeah, I'm
leave.
basically standing in a
Company.
cupboard going, oh.
company, could everyone crowd around me, please? And I'll step on like a chair.
I'll like, look at Jock and go, oh.
you find a stool that you can stand up on just to raise yourself up. You're already kind of tall, so you know.
Really?
She said what we were thinking.
I stand there looking at him like ready to do my job, but also sort of like, just sort of
Sick of
pissed
him.
off at him.
Also hate him so much.
So, obviously, something bad has happened to the crew of the USS Icarus, and I think it is down to our responsibility to find out what has happened to these unfortunate souls and find if anyone still draws breath. Are you with me?
Well, maybe.
Half-hearted.
Sure. Sure, Cupcake.
I've got a job to do. I'll do the job. Maybe.
This will be very favorable in your review. All right, crew. Onwards and upwards. And I move forwards out of the room.
Right, so I'll say you just had a look at this door. You notice it's going to take a while to open, but if walking down this way, this door here opens immediately, and it takes you into this area here. The first thing that anyone with any skill in heavy machinery or tech notices is that those are Mother's computer banks. That's the main system. It does have access points for repairs. However, this appears to be like the processors. It's not where the storage is kept. It's just like to basically keep the machine alive. It's unusual for them to be there, but yeah, assume this is maybe from the refit. Kind of dangerous to have it right in the middle of a hall, to be honest, because stuff can happen to that. But okay.
Can I
Surprised it's open.
can I look to see if there's any like wire that would like follow from these data banks to the hub?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely cabling. It tends to run under into the floor. It's those kind of like mesh panels where you can lift up, and it goes down the hall, and some go up the hall towards the bridge. This is a proper hillbilly refit. Like somebody's been cutting some corners. As a company man, you'd be like, yes, I understand why they've done this. They have taken a cut of this and then found the cheapest, shittest person to do it, and just kind of fired it together. So,
I respect that.
yeah.
I'm just looking
This
along the
place
work,
looks
like
like
laughing
shit.
at it, but like I remember I used to do it that way.
I think I've burnt up a few places like this.
Looking around the walls as well, you do notice some weird stuff. This scarring on the wall. Weird long scrapes. Like that would require a proper roughneck or engineer to fix. That's probably why the Joe would clean it, but they wouldn't be able to take that off. That's a skilled job. You also see like evidence of soft weapon fire as well, much like the weapons you use. No casings, but you can see the kind of the pop marks in the wall where something going very quick but soft has hit the wall and left like a little dent. Another kind of reason that you don't want to have the main systems for the computer in the hall. And
Does it
here,
look like the mother's been damaged at all?
it does not appear. There is a couple of kind of marks in it, but it still appears to be functioning as far as you can tell. You maybe need to do like a full system check or do some maintenance to find out how well it's running. But I mean, the lights are still blinking.
I look over at the scarring and I'm like, right, what do you think's happened here?
What information can I get from examining it?
Looking at it, it's like, well, these score marks look like something sharp and heavy hit the wall fast. Like you've seen machines break before and things come flying out of them and kind of like go along walls and they leave like deep grooves in the wall. So something maybe coming down very quick, but they would be like, exploding things. They'd be like, if that had happened, this would not be together. You've also hit things with your heavy weapons and.
I'm looking feeling along the edge of the marks and just like I don't know. There should be something here that's broken to cause this, but don't see it.
Remarkably clean.
Like cut my finger slightly on it.
Clean you can eat it, but like literally like that doesn't make any sense. It should be jagged and rough.
Yeah.
I'm more used to scorching.
I should probably say that I'm just following the corridor down, but you'll notice that I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just walking.
Well, you see a couple of things as you go down. Here appears to be that one there. It says bathroom. These ones here, like bathroom, shower room kind of thing. These here say crew quarters. There seems to be a row of crew quarters there. And this one here says medical bay.
Oh, I might go in the medical bay.
I will also go in the medical bay.
Say the medical bay.
I'll follow them in.
So everyone goes to the medical bay. And you do indeed find a medical bay. Oh, excuse me. Which I'm sure I wrote stuff for. Here we go. Yeah, you go in. And it is indeed exactly you expect. You see a kind of surgical table. You see like stations where medical experiments or treatment could be offered. You see various machines that are filled with cabinets. Seem to be cool cabinets that are filled with different kind of chemicals. This looks like a well-stocked medical bay. There's nobody in it.
I looked to see. I looked and take out my notepad and take account of how much inventory is still left within the medical bay.
Is there any notes around?
I'm trying to figure out one Alan's trying to figure out how much he can gain monetary wise from just like retrieving like expensive medical items or that kind of thing, and also he's gonna try and figure out what they've used. Like, have people been hurt? Like he's trying to figure that out.
I mean, there's
Corporate.
yeah, there's a significant like dollar value attached to all of these items. I mean, if you were to take it all, then you could probably sell it somewhere for like, you know, a few thousand credits. However, that's kind of beneath you. It's well stocked. There's painkillers, there's natural leave, there's never sleep.
He would probably get like a bonus for like saving the company money or something like that. For yeah.
I mean, it would, but you have a specific mission here right now, and the specific mission is to which is going to net you the most money.
Can I try and pocket some of the pills?
You absolutely can. Yeah, I'm not going
I
to
was
make you roll
going to do the
for it.
same.
Okay.
That's my
So-
girl, Mary.
I go over to
The
corporate.
scientist in the rough
Yeah.
neck just going to go like, what's in here?
Yep.
I go over to corporate and I'm just like,
Distracting him.
after this, I want a quiet post, just out of the way. Name me area this, make me go through the crappy. Clearly something's happened here, and I know it's big. If I get you out of here, and you live through this, you get me away from you, and I get a quiet post, right?
A quiet post would not achieve you the money that you so I'm sure that you would probably need to survive. It doesn't pay as much, but I could put in some work with my higher ups and to maybe get you a position.
I want a
as-
guarantee for you.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If this, and I'll take Jock to the side and Mr. McLean.
Actually, as you take it to the side, you can take it to the side down this area.
Yeah.
And as you do that,
Just away from the
Yeah.
the rest of the guys. I'm not looking around.
Can I
room
like
at this
listen
point.
in,
well, let's do this
but they
first.
don't see me?
So as you kind of take him down to like, you notice that there's blood splatter along the inside of those cryopods. Not the outside, that's been cleaned. The inside though.
Inside. Oh.
I start
I-
checking the cryopods. We'll
I
talk
thought-
about this later.
I started thinking, Mr. McLean, get. Jesus Christ, what happened in here?
Now, can anyone that decides to have a look in the cryopods add a stress dice? You see some real fucked up people in there. They are in pieces.
So how do we do a stress dice?
Just add a stress dice. See on your character sheet, there should be a bit that says stress dice. Just put it to 1.
I'm too
Every
busy
time I say add a
getting
stress
getting
dice.
painkillers.
Stress level, mate. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah.
Well, this
Mary,
does
as
not
you're doing
look
that-
good.
You get 10
It's not-
natural leave. You get 10 never sleep. Basically, yeah, you get some real fun painkillers as well. You could do some shit with them. And while you're doing that, I'm assuming you guys exclaimed in some way. You did shit. What the fuck? So anyone that wants to go like, well, what are they? What the fucking about? You can go down and have a look. And anyone that looks in the pods, add a stress dice because you see some. It looks like they got scooped up. And like some, there's like several arms and a couple of torsos. Some's just got heads in it. Because Orchid Joes don't really know the difference between things. They just knew they found something.
Look, Corporal,
Organic
I've had to
material.
do some
Now-
shit for this company.
Sorry, Chris, yeah, sure. Oh, you're using RP, sorry.
I've had to do shit for this company before, right? I've done shit. I've never seen anything like that. Never done anything like that. So you tell me what the fuck that is. And don't throw up your lunch.
At this point, I lean over to see what it is and go, "Oh fuck!"
Well, balance swallows his food.
Leon, if you're going to be sick,
Walking Joe in.
give me a stamina roll, please, to see if you're sick or not.
Okay.
Can I open one of the chamber thingies and actually look at it
My
properly?
character's going, "You want to open that thing?"
Yes. We
Of
have
course
to
you
make
can.
sure everything
Rose,
is all
you
good.
don't need to look at
that's
that.
bad.
Let me have a look. Yeah, no, just no successes, mate. Sorry, you didn't get any fails. You didn't get any fails. You're fine. Yeah.
Okay.
let me try again. You didn't get any successes, but yeah. That was like organs everywhere. That's fucking disgusting. And as
I'm
you're being
just gonna
sick,
whack him on the back. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
as you're doing that, Rose goes over and hits the
Thank
open
you,
button,
Miss
and it just spills organs and shit onto the floor.
Oh, it
yeah.
reminds me of the lasagna.
It reminds me of Ali.
Oh, we're balanced.
Can we get one,
Uh,
John?
I mean, he might turn up to clean this when they come in to check it. I mean, you can go and get him and bring him up if you want.
Push him in.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him.
Is there any like specific damage that's like you could tell what it's died from, sort of
It
thing?
is hard to tell without spending time. If somebody perhaps medically trained wanted to spend time, but you'd assume being ripped apart because these are in pieces. Like what you do notice though, yeah, you guys are familiar with weapons fire. Not a lot. Nope. Bullets. Actually,
Any scorching?
Does it look shredded or?
yeah, it looks like something tore it apart.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I mean, and the roughneck has seen people fall into machines before
Yeah,
and get
yeah.
ripped apart.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, that's fucked up.
Does it look like there's more than one person
I'm
there?
gonna-
Or
I know I was talking to
Several
Jock there, but I'm
hard
gonna
to
run.
tell. Yeah, you're gonna leave. So the corporate decides to just go and stand in another room, and just take get a glass of water or something. What he hopes is water.
I'm not
And-
sure why he's with us. He's pretty shit at everything.
they're all shit at that, but he is the worst.
Should we just ditch him and go?
If we ditch him, we don't get paid. If we ditch them, I'm stuck with Mary this. So no, we have to do a damn job. We have to get out of here, and then we can retire to some pretty wee island. And
What I mean is to go somewhere else on the ship and find the information instead of fucking it around. Because he has no clue what he's doing.
the idiot isn't going to let us get too far away. He's too cowardly for that.
Well, maybe we should split up and see if we can find stuff quicker.
Yes, yes, let's do that.
I like
Which one of us has to go with crazy guy who's annoying the fuck out of us?
Not me. Not me. I'll fix something.
because I'm kind of getting sick of the team, like kind of pitting on John. I'm like, settle down. Sick of this shit.
I'm looking at Chris. What's your character called?
Joke.
Okay, I'm looking at Jock. Well, rock paper scissors.
We'll just let the doctor go with him.
Yeah,
Just
knock yourself
one
out, dog.
person.
The rest of us will go elsewhere.
Mr. Valen, how do you feel about this? Are you quite happy to hang out with the kind of weedy scientist while the two Marines and the roughneck go off by themselves, or do you have anything to say about this?
I
He
would
doesn't
rather,
notice and he tags along anyway.
I would rather stay along, I guess.
Okay.
Lee,
Yes, mate.
if I remember rightly, I've worked with Valens before.
You
haven't I?
have worked with Valen before. Valen is very aware. He's being cagey because there's people around that maybe he doesn't want to know, but he knows he's got a hold over you. So yeah, you've worked with Valen before. You know him. You've been passed around a couple of different company agents, but yeah, you've worked with this particular slimy prick a couple of times.
Is he responsible for why I had to do my thing?
Not directly responsible, but perhaps let it happen. Then when and if even if it wasn't him, it was someone that looked very, very much like him and would have made he'd have made the same choice. Doesn't mind you getting your hands dirty. His hands are clean. He didn't pull the trigger. He doesn't lie in bed, staring at the ceiling at night.
So basically, I'm not being too easy on him, or
No,
I'm
no,
not being
no,
too
No,
hard.
it's not
Sorry.
at all.
No.
Okay, just make
Leon,
sure.
the human, chose this character. Like, I genuinely like Liam. He's great. He plays terrible characters, and it makes Lee feel bad. But Lee also thinks it's hilarious. So. But yeah, I mean, Leon knows we all love him dearly. So yeah, you look at a few of these different cryos. They've all got body parts in them. Hard to get an indication of how many there are. You find 5 heads, maybe 5. But unless you want to pop them all open and see if there's maybe more heads that are maybe down the bottom, up to you. But failing that, where would you like to go?
I
What
say,
would you like to do?
you know what? I'll just stay with the doctor. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Ugh.
Yes, you stick your head down the toilet.
The toilet is over here. So yeah, you've got the crew quarters here, and then you've got another way to go down here.
I'm gonna go. Yeah,
I
I'll go
think-
down the bottom.
Okay, so
I'll follow
you
Rose gun like
I'm
raised.
sticking with
at
the
this
guns.
I will.
at
I
all
will-
times, I assume you're doing that kind of thing. You go against the wall, and then you kind of do
Yeah.
that thing. Yeah, I assume you're doing that.
He's,
You don't
he's over tacticrapping.
he's like rolling from wall to wall.
Checking all the corners.
Not quite that bad, because that would be energy, and 5,000 credits is still not enough for the energy.
I'll say, Miss Price, would you mind coming with me to the crew's quarters?
I was just heading down this way.
That's an order, soldier.
Okay, I'm coming.
Good, good.
Okay, so yeah, we will do Rose and Valen first. You go to the crew quarters. For the sake of expediency, I will just say that you open each door and you find relatively neat rooms. Do you want to search through them, or what would you like to do?
Maybe search through them, see if there's any like journals or something that people have written in.
Ooh, like in every game ever. Yes, that's not a bad idea. You find a couple of things. Rose, you find 358 credits.
Oh.
You find 4 nap relief and 7 never sleep pills. Just you open some drawers. Oh, that's looking useful. Oh, money, no problem. And Leon, you're a bit more focused. Sorry, Valen, you're a bit more focused. You're actually looking for documentation. You're looking for things the company might rather people don't know about. And you do. You find they have like basically their iPads, except future iPad, data pads, whatever they call them in the future. And there is some mentions of things. There's mentions of a research site down on the planet. One of the diary entries talks a lot about the cold room and not being allowed access there. The person finds this particularly frustrating because they can't perform maintenance, and this ship is a shitbox, and they really should perform some maintenance in there. They talk at length.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm the one. It's only me and Rose in the room at this point, right?
It's just you and Rose in this room at the moment.
I read over all of the important information on the iPads, and then I'll throw it on the floor and I'll break it with my heel.
Okay.
Should we go to the cold room?
Yes.
Sounds
Yes, I believe we
important.
should.
Yes.
Just to give you a bit more information, that you did read through all the log entries, and it does mention about just because it's called coolant doesn't mean it won't damage the hull. It's not actually what it's for, and it's increasingly frustrated entries about the damage this will cause the ship if they don't let him in there. But every time he asks, he just gets told, you're not getting in there. It's company policy. That last one was dated a few weeks ago. Okay, and then yep. Break the iPad, the data pad. We don't call them iPads. Other tablets are available. So as you are going to go through them, that takes a bit of time. But you are going to start heading down towards that. Now, when the other team get to the bottom, they find several things. They find a long ass corridor that leads. Well, you don't know where it leads. There's you can go any one of these directions straight forward. Down this direction, there appears to be a room there, and a room here, and there appears to be 2 ways to go if you head that direction.
Is there any sort of signs saying which way is which?
There is indeed, but I'll come back to you guys because I'll let the other team do what they're doing first. So
we've headed down the way, haven't we?
yeah, so this room has a sign that says lab. That one, if you go over and look at it, basically says cargo bay, and this one says there's a specific term I used for this. It's cold storage and cargo elevator.
Scientist, I assume you went in at the lab to see what's going on in there.
Yeah, no shit, Jock.
Then I'd suggest that we head to the lab then. You don't think that would be the best idea?
Yeah. So we walked in.
You go to the lab, yeah?
Aye.
Aye.
There you go. You walk into the lab. As you walk into the lab, let me just make sure it's right. Sorry, as you walk up to the lab door, you expect it to open, but doesn't. It's actually, when you go, this is weird. It's actually been bent like inwards towards you, and seems to have like kind of melt marks around it. Like something's came from the other side and just really fucking pushed it open.
Roughneck,
Yes.
what the fuck has happened with that?
Something hit it.
As somebody who works with this kind of machinery, yeah, something big hit this. This would need to be a power loader could maybe do this, but a power loader would also make other damage. This looks like something just bent and broke that door. That's what melted it.
Yeah, I'm like looking at it going, it's got some sort of chemical damage as well.
Chemical damage?
I don't know, shit. Fuck.
I feel like
It's
she got wet,
broken.
not-
I'll see if
Okay.
what I can do, if I can do anything, if you want.
The door, as it's kind of like partially open, and you see like a flashing yellow light behind the room. Your readings are still green across the board, though it's not saying that anything's coming out the door. Mary, did you say you want to try and do something with the door?
I'm seeing if it's at all openable.
Oh yeah, I mean again, you're a experienced roughneck. It's like, yeah, I mean, if you're incredibly strong, you could bend this open, or if you're me, you just kind of pop off some panels, loosen some things, and the door opens. It's like, yeah, this is how you open a door safely. You know, you could do it that way, but it seems like a lot of effort. But yeah, there's a laboratory in front of you. There is lights flashing all over it. It's like yellow hazard lights, but again, your readings are green across the board. It just looks like somebody needs to reset a system.
Right, I'll look for that, doc, professor, whoever you are. You look for your thing. I'll start rooting around through seeing where all the cables go, essentially.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. As you do it, there appears to be a kind of console. You can see the green light of the screens over here. As you're walking, you hear a squelch noise as you walk a few feet, and there's some kind of something. You've walked through a puddle of something.
Lifting
hard
my
to
foot
tell.
up, going, oh.
So yeah, it's hard to see with this kind of like this flashing yellow light. Logan, the scientist, were you going to try and do something about that?
I was, but no, I can't remember what I was going to do now.
Well, I would assume you're going to go to the terminals.
Yeah, that was it. My mind
Oh.
just went completely blank there.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry.
I am going to terminal.
So you go over and it's like, it's like this. You've got the light, you've got your road light, but with the flashing yellow light, it seems to just be a real pain in the ass. It's just really hard to see. But you get to the terminal and it just says lift chemical alert. Y or N. No, you don't have to roll shit, mate. It's fucking Y or N. You can press buttons. It's like,
press
do I
the
need to
button.
roll to? This is Y.
Roll to press button. Doesn't work.
You
That
miss.
That was.
This is literally Lee's biggest problem with D&D.
I'm
I
not saying
choose to
that
do a
then.
thing, roll. Oh, you rolled a critical fail. It's like, I'm opening the fucking door. Like, how could I critically fail? I'm climbing a wall. It's like, I'm a fucking super athlete. Anyway, that's a podcast. Yeah, you press Y, the lights go out for a second, and then the kind of pale, sickly, fluorescent lights all pop back on, revealing the room to you. Many of this, it's weird, clear goo on the floor.
Does this look at all familiar to me, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
You see
I see.
You see a jar on the floor, and it's got a word on it. It says RJ.
Can
and
I,
then it's like a hash mark 566349.
can I scoop it
made up
before
of-
anyone notices?
Well, there's 3 people in the room with you. I mean, you're going to see the roughneck kind of like start scooping things.
Oh,
Are you
I'll
watching
wait.
or-
I'll wait till they're looking at something else. One of them's looking at the computer already. I know that.
It's like, I pressed Y, did I do anything else? Chris, while they're picking up goo and playing with the computer, are you doing anything?
I'm sort of, again, looking around, doing my job, basically.
Yeah, well, you see some weird stuff. Here, you see 2 completely broken large glass cylinders.
Goodness, they're big.
They're like storage containers or something. They've got words written on this. One says Millie and one says Billy. But they're completely smashed. On the other side of the room, there's 2 intact ones, and they've got this weird crab in them with like really long like finger legs, and it's like it almost looks like a hand, except fucking weird with a big long tail, and it's got like a weird kind of mouth, kind of looks like a female genitals in the middle of it. It looks fucked up, and there's a weird proboscis. I had to learn that word. Kind of like flopping out of it. It's all grey and dead looking, but yeah, like a big weird fleshy hand.
Yeah, the next thing I have to say would include the scientist being here, so I'll have to wait a minute.
Here's Ran. You can go over and have a poke at these things if you want.
Wait, hang on. Wait, we split up,
I'm
and now the
just like-
scientist and the
I'm
the
just
company
looking
guy
at them.
have vanished.
I'm not like... I'm sort of mentally taking notes, if that makes sense.
Well, I'm scooping
well,
away
these
if you're
those in this-
distracted.
I'll say the scientist was distracted by the computer. Mary, you were distracted by this interesting clear goo that you found that's kind of sticky like jam. And you were kind of looking at the weird monster.
Do I know
and-
what it says on it?
What, Billy and Millie?
Is it Billy and Millie are the intact ones?
Yeah, they're the ones that are not intact. The ones that are dead just say specimen 14 and specimen 19. You look round to the side of the room though. Let me just make sure I get this right. Here, and because you were so distracted by the kind of weird thing, you never noticed the crumpled up body in the floor.
Okay.
So just to clarify, Logan, because you were here the whole time, there's some weird crab monsters sitting in kind of like fluid. There's some broken cylinders. The roughneck is like trying to really nonchalantly scrape some clear goo into like a jug or something. And the marine was looking at them and then looked over, and you all then clock this kind of crumpled up human body in
And
the corner of
scientist,
the room.
the fuck are they?
A crab.
No kind of crab I've ever seen.
Can we kill it?
It's already dead, mate. It is very clearly dead. It is held in some kind of suspended fluid. It looks like it's been dissected and then put back in, and they've just been like look at this fucking weird thing. It is just at this point it's just a specimen that maybe been running tests on. But there is 2 smash cylinders, which have the words Billy and Millie underneath them, but there is nothing in there at all.
The trouble I hate is the 2 broken ones are there.
Is that a trail? Like, if it's broken, like, is there like a slime trail or something like that?
That's a good question. It's hard to. This has happened in a few days ago. What I'll say is that looking around the room, there is damage to the ventilation covers on the wall. Broken, mangled, kind of melted.
I
I'm pointing that
continue
out to
looking around.
Jock.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be something very small, or something that's like human size that can crawl in these small vents.
I'm gonna
Definitely
guess
not
it was
human
whatever the
size.
fuck was in the other jars.
Like looking up
Could
at
be
them,
a
like the crabs
could
went
be a
up
crab.
there.
What kind of crab has acid that can burn through a grate?
These ones apparently.
I mean, we're in space. Anything can happen now.
You're a scientist. You're supposed to know about all this.
I don't know everything. I only know some stuff.
Then tell us the some stuff you know about these things.
Logan, you can give kind of generic information. You have worked on secret things in the past, where you have worked with not so much maybe parts of these. Like the company keeps everything compartmentalized, but you've certainly heard of things that could be turned into other things. And this is the first time you've seen a complete specimen. You've seen the movie Alien, mate. Come on, bullshit a bit. Go for it.
I really cannot remember Alien.
Just make something
My
up, mate.
mind's went fully blank.
You've got homework
I
then for
think
next time.
I think I need to rewatch them again. It's not the Facehuggers, is it? That was
It's
it?
100% the facehuggers, mate. Sorry, I thought large hand-like thing. I can't just say it's a facehugger because that's like you don't know. You, the humans, don't know what that is.
Like that.
For some
with a
reason,
big
I was
tail.
thinking about Half-Life, and I was like, that's not Alien.
Head crabs.
Well, I thought crabs because
That's
they
the
kind of
thing,
like
isn't it?
crabby, long
Yeah.
tail, you know,
Yeah.
like fingers, fleshy, proboscis, that, you know, that kind of stuff. I've learned the word
I think you
proboscis, so I'm
can
going to keep saying
manipulate-
it.
New word.
I see
You can see me starting
I
to
see,
get
like,
angry with the generic stuff that he's telling us, right?
I
And
thought
I'm-
you
and I'm-
have heard rumours.
and I'm sort of looking at him, like the finger is starting to go over the trigger. Right, tell us what's going on. But he's not threatening him like in a way that would be like an obvious breaking of rules.
Yeah,
He's-
very specific
he's
rules in
si-
Alien.
Yeah, he's simply, you know,
Encouraging him?
encouraging him to tell the truth that there may be
Making his feelings known.
side effects, yes.
What I'll get to tell you, Luna, is that you have heard of things, creatures that have been found out in the vast depths of space. And from what you've heard, these are the early stages of these things. These are what's considered the least dangerous of these things. But also, it says they're the least dangerous, but these things are incredibly fucking dangerous. So, you can relay that if you wish.
I really had to joke.
Dangerous. Fucking dangerous. Really? So, what you're saying is that
we can tell
Weasley
them.
little arsehole was Weasley telling the truth? I'm shocked.
Shocked
Right.
and appalled.
Nah. Tell me, should I be using the gun or should I be using the incinerator?
Incinerator. Is it incinerator? You
No,
would
it's
use?
not- it was
Aye,
set
it's
on
incinerator, mate. Aye, you need to set it on fire,
Incinerator.
basically.
Alright,
Aye, it's a weakness.
when you see this thing, tell me where it is. I'll point and I'll fire. Kaboom. Right?
I'm getting the motion
Now
tracker
get
out
what you
already.
need done here so that we can get out of here.
You get two
I mean, I feel like we all need to have our eyes peeled.
You get two faint pings from the up the corridor, which you would assume is your companions, and then there's a very slight ping off to the left. It's a bit of a distance away.
I'm like turn to face that ping and go, I'm getting something.
While she's doing that, you did of course read the mission brief, and the mission brief did say that they wanted to keep that they wanted any data drives taken from the computer system. You know what the data drives are in these systems, Logan. You could get them out.
See the when she's getting on the sensor, can we hear that? Like, for a distance or that?
I don't know, Mary. Have you got it like as a headphone, or have you got it in the loudspeaker?
Oh, it's just on speaker. It's just like I'm just saying. I'm literally going. I can. There's something.
Bluetooth.
I'm ready in the incinerator.
What I'll say is that, Mary, it is a bit of a distance away. This game works in sectors. I'll say this is currently this is a long range ping, so it would go long, medium, short, and it's engaged. If it's engaged, it means it's here. If it's short, it means it's maybe like 25 meters away. Medium's about 50, then. So this is more than 100 meters away from you at the moment, and it just pinged once.
So it could be
And
like
just based on its size, you're like, well, humans are this big on the pig. This thing was like the size of a dog or cat or something.
it was something small, but Like, look at the crab things.
Like that exact size.
I'd say, Jock, like, get ready the incinerator, and I'll jump on.
It's far
the-
away. It's a ways over there.
We're better getting prepared just in case.
I roll my eyes when he
Uh,
tells me to ready the incinerator, like I haven't already ready the incinerator.
Standing there with the incinerator, like, thanks for letting me know, mate. Okay.
I run there to the computer and get is it data or is it the logs that I need to get?
Sorry, I should have been more clear. When I said you know where they keep the data, it's not there. They had
Okay,
the way the
Can't check.
alien system work is that they are shit. It's like if you played Fallout, it's like the terminal's here, but the cabling will
Oh,
take
yeah,
you
aye.
to the actual main system for it. Looking at where it is, it leads you over this way somewhere, kind of almost in the direction where you think the ping might be coming from.
Well,
I told Jock and Natalie.
Cool. Are you just ignoring the dead body on the floor completely, or are you going to do it with that?
Have
at
I
all?
noticed the dead body?
yeah, I was
Hey,
gonna
all
say,
three-
have I noticed?
All three of you have noticed the dead body, but he's got distracted by the crab thing and the pig, and you're like, also a dead body to deal with.
The crab
Should we
thing.
perhaps, like, what do you think it is that killed that? But do you think it was one of them?
Can I nudge it with my
can
foot?
that come out? I know. Can that know? Does that know the chest thing?
Yeah.
Don't know what that is.
Oh wait, I thought what could possibly
I
happen.
really cannot remember alien. I say to Jock, like, do you want to set it on fire just in case?
I mean,
Back
any
away
chance
from it
to use
then.
the incinerator?
Right, you
Try
see-
over this.
I will get you almost in a second. Just before you just do some crazy stuff, right? Looking at the body, you see a torn apart body. It has been. It looks like this thing got thrown into a wall and kind of kersplatted, and then something hit it really hard, and it is fucked up.
Can I tentatively check for ID, see if there's something in a pocket or something?
You can. You go over and you tentatively check for ID, and you do indeed find it. A name tag. It says Y Navarro.
It says Y
the-
Navarro.
The chest is completely ripped open, like
And I'm
it was
sure he
slashed
said
with something.
why or no.
Hey. Actually, it's a Von Navarro, named
Or
after
she
the writer of one of the alien books.
Oh.
Alright, I'm sure she said why.
She did do what? You can see most of her organs. Doesn't appear to be anything in there, just to move things along a bit here. At this point,
pocket the ID
Rose
for later.
and John can kind of like poke their head out through the door.
Hey John
I
throws
give
the
like a
idea over
knowing
at him.
look. I give a knowing look at John, like,
I don't think I'm there yet.
No,
You
yeah,
poked your head round the
poked
door.
in. You poked your head in. You've heard stuff going on. You kind of heard talk of setting things on fire and thought I should perhaps investigate.
Island, John.
A disaster.
Island.
Hi, group. I overheard some commotion. Is that a dead body?
Go and check it. See if it's alive.
No, I think she's just having a rest.
I'll have a look.
No. Quite right. Let me have a look at this.
You're the
poor soul.
boss. You should go over and have a look.
I go over to look at the body, and I'm gonna use my analysis talent that I chose to try and figure out some stuff about it.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll just give you the information. Yeah, it basically looks like something picked this person up, crumpled them in a ball, smashed them into a wall, and then slashed them open.
I
Check.
relay that information to everybody.
I'm just looking at him
Well,
like,
that's not good.
hmm.
So what do you think it is that threw it about then, Sherlock?
Obviously something that was very strong, but
Damn,
Good
I wasn't
guess.
a crab.
it would
I
have to
doubt-
be something that was its height, if not taller. But if that was the case, then
I
there
would
would
say
be
tall.
evidence of it leaving the room, which there
Not
isn't.
necessarily.
Well, there's a vent there that's got acid on it. and is ripped open.
There's a vent that has had something burn through it and rip open, and also the heavy security door into the lab was basically broken in from the inside for something getting out, and partially melted. There was evidence that something got out of the lab.
Well, what I want to figure out, and perhaps I am putting my Sherlock cap on here, there was evidence of things leaving this room but not entering, which makes me believe that something was born here, grown, and I want to just find that this was the birthplace of whatever killed this. If it is an it, and not just some kind of employee that has went on some kind of rampage.
Spill the details
be
on
more
what's really
than
going on here, Corpo.
I have as much information on this as you do.
Really?
Indeed. I
Really?
don't want to hide anything from my crew. I chose you for the strict purposes of keeping you in the loop. As much
A
as
scientist literally told me I'm going to need to burn something.
Well,
The last... You know what it was the last time I had to burn something?
Like looking between them, going, "Hold on a minute."
I know your record, and I know you can't be trusted to do what needs to be done.
Aye, but it helps if I know what I need to do.
You protect myself and this company.
By this company, you mean this company of people, right?
No, he means this company is in Wayland
Sure.
Yutani. That's what he always means.
Fucking 2,000
Yeah.
experience points on there. Yeah.
So two crabs and a bear?
Perhaps.
Right, scientist, tell us exactly what you know about these things, how to kill them, and exactly how fast they are.
I'm just going to throw this in there. Miri and Grim, you have heard of something that can do this. I'm not going to say... Logan, you've read your backstory, so you know what this... Haven't you?
Yes, he has definitely read his backstory.
Yeah, sure.
Dear
I sure
God.
have.
Grim
Roll
has
for
amnesia.
manipulation right now.
I can't actually say it because it gives stuff away, but if you read the thing, there is something that you are involved in that could maybe
It
have done a thing.
He wants to roll his
I-
manipulation,
come
which
on.
means in
Where's it
response
here?
I'm rolling my...
Well, it's something
What do
I'm
you call
involved
it?
in, certainly,
Well,
but...
well, before we go any further, Logan,
Hothead.
you want to manipulate... Oh yeah, you can access... Oh, very nice.
I mean, are we talking about
is-
the...
Is manipulation is hothead for command or is it for manipulation? Or is it both?
It's opposed rolls for manipulation whenever someone tries to give you orders
Lovely.
or anything.
Okay, Logan, how are you trying to manipulate him?
I don't know.
Are you trying to manipulate?
You don't just get to say
Joe?
I manipulate and then just that's it. You need to actually say something to me. It's like-
What is it you're trying to achieve?
You have to be very,
Yeah,
very
she-
good with it or you'll end up getting punched.
that is literally the rules in the book. Is if they don't like it, they can just punch you. So
Well,
that is literally what it says in the
Yes.
rules. It's like
Not
If they don't like-
necessarily, but because of the trait that I have, like,
well, it's
Okay,
literally,
what-
is
Yeah.
it?
It's literally like, you can try and manipulate and they're like, fuck you! Even if they pass, they can be like, that's ridiculous! Punch!
Well, can I say, like to Jock, like, this is no news, no time, we can talk about this later?
No, this
I
is
agree.
exactly the time. You're wanting me to kill something, you're wanting me to look after this group. I can't look after this group unless you
Oh.
tell me what we need to do.
All we need to do is kill
I'll-
it with fire. That's all you need to know. Let's go.
No, it's no.
I'll gingerly like step up to Jock kind of thing. Like, look here, Jock. I'm like looking up at him. You're here to do a job, and that job is to do as I tell you to do.
Is he giving me orders?
I don't know, is he getting
Are
I'm
you
leaving it up to
giving me
Liam to
orders?
decide.
This is basically an order, yeah.
is that an order,
Um,
sir?
I am rolling hothead right now.
Right, well, this would be an opposed roll. So, Liam, would you like to do this as a command roll, or would you like to do this? It can't be a command roll because you're not an officer, so it has to be a manipulate roll. So, if you want to try and manipulate him, You can do it in a
Definitely
post roll. Right,
Yep.
cool.
Manipulate.
Right,
Okay,
both-
so what do I use as the what do I
basically,
click?
that's a very good question, actually. Just do your own manipulate, or was it wits or something you do for it? It should tell you in the thing.
I got 2 successes.
Oh, you
I've
did
got
indeed.
like a lot of different things that I can
Hold on, let me 2 seconds, mate. I'll tell you.
manipulation. Maybe I don't
No,
know.
don't do manipulation. No, just give me it as a wits roll. Give me a wits or empathy, whichever's higher.
Manipulation is pretty high.
Your manipulation is very, very
Don't
high.
lead into that. No.
I get a +2 to my roll for this.
Yep, go for it.
Manipulation. Or what? No, what were the ones? Wits.
Just
or...
do it as a wits roll and then just roll 2d6, whatever you want, man. Just say whatever you give. Yeah, just do that. It should be fine. Ooh, right. Okay, you got a panic, and you got a success. So what I'm gonna say is, in that moment, you're like, okay, this isn't the time. I need to fucking bite my tongue. I can deal with this later on. I'll follow them. I'll just set fire to anything I see that's moving. I just have to just breathe, because right now you need these idiots. They're definitely keeping something from you, but right in this moment you cannot waste time with this. The best thing to do is
Okay.
just follow the chain and get the hell out of here as soon as you can. But yeah, okay. So that's you. You've landed on that.
Professor, take any samples that you need, and we'll move on.
What I'll say is that you know that the storage for the medical, not storage, the data store for any experiments we're running will be back here in this. The cables lead to this room. I'll also throw out that, see this area here. It says emergency evacuation point.
Okay.
Anyone that's worked on a ship before would know that is where the drop ships are.
I'll
is
go
com-
and collect the data information.
That's absolutely fine.
I'll go and I'll try and. You guys don't need to follow me, but Valen will like get you guys to come on.
Okay. So you just go through. Whoever's going to go through with Rose and Valen go through. The data drives, you just pop off the bottom thing and you just pull out the drives, and you now have the drives. You can just store them as normal. So you currently have the experiment data drives. The cold store rooms are, you can go through this way, or this way. There was also a room marked engine here, and then where the beeps were coming from either this direction or from this direction.
No, do we actually
Should we
need the
look
engines?
The cold room?
Sorry, Rich, what were you saying, Minnie?
Do we actually need the engines for anything? Because we're not salvaging the ship.
Nope. All you were told to get was meet the crew, and if you fail to meet the crew, get all relevant data from the ship.
We've got the data. We don't see the crew. There's a bit of movement, but you know.
I don't think we have the data drives yet.
You've got the data drives
You've
for
only got
the
one of them.
experiments. You're meant to get data drives for that, data drives for the scans of the sector, and the communication data drives, which would be kept on the bridge.
Right.
Yeah, we still need to get some stuff.
Okay.
There was also a doorway here, which I'll say Valen and Rose got a look at, and it said head scientist's office.
Well, if we've got the experiment data here,
I'm gonna go to the cool room. I'll
I
just
think we should go
take
to
the entrance that's closest to us.
Yeah.
Okay, right, so who's going to the cold room?
I will go to the cold room as well.
You three, are you going with, or which way are you going?
I'm checking keeping my constant eye on the dots.
I said there's only one dot so far,
One dot. I thought
and
it was
it's
two.
only pinged that one time.
Has
It
it?
seemed to
Was it
ping and then
there?
stop. It's not moved. It's a motion detector, and it's only moved once. And it was, I'll say by this point, about 20 minutes ago.
I don't know if Fallon knows that.
He
unless
does
you guys
not
have
know that
told
he
him.
was not there,
No.
and they have not mentioned it. Although they have been very cagey about setting fire or something, and you did see the weird flesh crab monster. You're like, oh, that's pretty fucking weird. But
And then of course we saw the very experienced Marine go batshit as well.
yeah, stuff happened. So you just want to head across to the cold room now. First of all, you try and go this way. and it takes you through this room here. Sorry, that didn't help you at all. This room here, which appeared to be some kind of dissection table. There was like two large kind of machines, heavy glass, and then like buttons and controllers and some kind of manipulation tools that would move metal arms inside. It looks like you would use to perform some kind of dissection or experiments against things that you didn't want to touch. Both chambers are currently empty. The bigger room, if you just go straight through this one here, is an engine room. The door to the cold storage is locked and sealed and would require a few hours to cut through.
I'll try to use my access codes to try and access this room.
When I say sealed, I mean it is literally being sealed. Like, it is not just like an electronic lock, it is like literally they have welded things on there, and there's a sign saying for all access to cold storage, use main access.
Is there a vent into this room?
I
A
will.
small vent that maybe like for example, a facehugger could crawl through, not a full-size human.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and try a different entrance. Just wait here. I will be back.
Well, let me check the map first, Price, in case there is actually a
The
Damn
main
it,
entrance is here.
to this room.
Is here, or you can go through here.
Okay.
It said go to the main entrance, didn't it?
I should actually said main entrance or laboratory entrance, because I now remembered I didn't lock both. I only locked that one specific one because I didn't want the plebs just having a peek in the cold storage room where they clearly keep secret shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back through to, I don't know, the lab entrance, and I'll try that first.
Absolutely fine, yeah. With this, it is electronically locked, but you can use your clearance to go through if you want.
Before any of us go through, I'll just make sure to say to the group. Now, we have obviously seen some terrible things that have happened on Necro so far. I do believe that this is the cold storage room is of confidentiality for the company, so anything you see beyond this point, you will, I'm sure, remember your NDAs that you all signed to keep any whaling corporations perpetuity throughout the universe. Yada yada yada.
To the end of
And then
time, including your children, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a standard NDA, you know, that you have to sign in blood, that kind of stuff.
throughout the universe, like includes like the galaxy or something. I don't know.
Another
away.
look over at Leon, like the look of, but you can sort of see like the gears spinning in his head that this might be the thing that, you know.
Indeed. And what it is, when you open this door, you see a working Joe lying on the ground, stripped in half. The door ahead of you has a large red light flashing on it, and there is a panel. The warning saying, decompressed atmosphere beyond this door. Warning, do not open without appropriate precautions being taken.
Professor, would it be safe for us to enter this room with our military suits, or would the decompression make it too hazardous for us?
I was going to ask that, no.
Everyone give me a wits roll. Everyone.
Oh. I have to remember how to do that.
Just literally clicking the word wits.
Oh, I've lost the word wits. Where am I? Where have we
Yeah.
gone?
Where is the word wits?
It should be in the middle of the
Oh,
Could I
there.
Found
roll
it.
survival or
There we go.
wits.
what's
Okay. Right.
Did mine
this
just
was like-
do a secret one?
I think so, yeah. I don't know. I think they're all up to me. I didn't look. From Flofgar, from Leon's, I think is the only one that didn't do a
Oh
secret
yeah,
one,
it
but it's
did do
fine.
a secret one. That's weird.
I clicked on it to do secret ones. I checked that box and all your things, all your rolls are secret because I might
thought
need things
so.
to happen. I want that to happen. There's specific reasons I'm doing this. So anyway,
Sorry, I
Um,
just.
everyone that did not get a fail but didn't pass, because having to think about it, and the two that did pass, like, yeah, we need to all stand in the corridor, close the door to rest the ship, or else we will suffer getting sucked out into space. Right, so close, then you can open that one and you can walk into it. You've got EVA suits on, you'll be absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Nothing could be in there.
Let's go.
So Rachel's like, let's go!
I'll go in first.
Absolutely
I'll
fine.
look at
Are
him
you
and I'm
sure?
like, I have an incinerator. It won't work when there's no atmosphere.
You guys noticed that I take out from like a secret like pouch in my suit, that I've obviously like kept hidden. I take out this big massive fuck off like revolver at this point. And
I
enough.
put my incinerator away and I get my EVA pistol.
the revolver doesn't have, it has like normal rounds in it, like for like kill rounds and stuff.
Yeah, not soft slugs. It is literally a probably shouldn't shoot this. You guys don't know that though. So anyway, yeah, the entrance to the cold store. Yeah, it opens and there is no breathable atmosphere in there. There is still gravity though. What you see is that there's a hole in the ceiling. Some kind of chemical burn. It's made like kind of like a hole.
There's a hole in here. Is that okay?
Like, oh shit.
Well, there are holes in a lot of places.
Okay. I'm going to move forward now. I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, you see large storage containers now. The scientists would recognise these as a type of stasis pod that's only used for dangerous things to transport. So a human would go in like the ones that you use. A human that was maybe highly toxic, maybe they'd been exposed to some kind of element or chemical, and it was really fucking dangerous, maybe really radioactive, they'd put them in one of these things and then close it up and then take them wherever they're going to take them for disposal or for whatever the company does to incredibly dangerous specimens.
I
There's
see
8 of
that,
them.
and I see that. I see how many there are. Are they recently used, or?
They are all ripped open.
I go out. I go out of where I am and I go back into
Well-
where you guys are.
Well, did you go in alone or did everyone file in behind them? How did you do this?
I failed
Went
in
in.
behind him.
I came
So
in to
you
look at the
all
big
went
hole.
I will say that the way it worked is that they were facing away from you, and as you went up to look, that's when you seen it all been torn open, and were like both kind of melted and destroyed.
My very small, Valen's very small like moment of like leadership and wanting to like go first is just evaporated, and he's going back.
Well, I did tell you I should go first.
That didn't take long.
Your EVA suits do not
Are you
show
surprised?
any type of poisons or radiation coming from these things. Like, it's green across the board. But those things fucked up.
I move over to try and inspect them.
Absolutely, yeah, you look through them. It's fucking hard to tell. I mean, you've heard of these things, but as a grunt, you've not really dealt with them.
Yeah.
Or, like, you know, you would stand back. There'd be proper teams that would come in to deal with this. You have heard of like dog catcher units, which is a weird name for like special ops that deal with these things. And you've guarded ships as you've seen these things loaded on, but you've never been this close to them. But these things are designed to be really fucking hard to open unless you have the correct keys. And neither you're ripping it open with anything but a power loader, and a particularly good power loader at that. It makes no sense to you. And again, weird burn marks all over it.
We keep seeing this power loader-esque damage, but have any of us actually seen a power loader about here?
No, we
No.
haven't seen anything.
No power
Maybe
loaders
one of
here.
Not so far.
Not that I've seen.
It's a unusual weapon to use.
Again, they're solely used for loading cargo. I mean, there's the
Wait,
Robot
there
Wars
is?
Holobig where people like, you know, fight them and
There
that. It's,
is a storage room. You could always check there.
Could be some there.
If
Could be some
if
by
it
the
was on
dropship as well.
manifest, it's not really under company policy to use it in an area like this. It really should have a lot more space and to
it would be hard to get it in here as well. I mean, those machines are, but you'd have to disassemble it, take it through, reassemble it. Which by that point, why would you not just do something else? Why would you go like that's a lot? You just bring explosives at that point, surely.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of the
Back to
time
them.
when me and Jillian took apart a power loader and put it in the captain's
You built-
quarters.
You built it in their office and then left it there. It's hilarious.
It
But
can
yeah,
be done, but
there is a door on this side of the room. There's also two smaller kind of heavy duty stasis pods, also completely ripped open.
Valen puts in his report misuse of company materials and not effective company time.
I'm gonna go to that door. See what's
Um,
happening on the other side.
Door opens easily. Again, bulkhead, other door at the end of the corridor. Red lights. Please ensure pressure is equalised before opening this door.
I won't do that. I'll shut the door behind me.
So you shut the door. You're all just standing in this room that's exposed to open space. The other member of the team just wanders off.
well, someone has
Is
to.
anyone
No, I'll-
following her, or you?
I'll call Jock over.
I follow along, and I'm like, should one of us not look after these pillocks?
Well, it's just me and you so far, so
All right, here we go then.
yeah. Let's
How
go.
do the pillocks feel? Are you just going to stand there, or are you just going to go with the Marines, or what's your plan?
They've got no choice.
Valen, did you
We've
go
just ran
back-
away.
Oh, you've legged it. Valen, did you go back to the lab, or what did you do?
Just at the back right now.
Right.
of
I'll give you guys a choice. You can trot after them, or you can stay and investigate. It's up to you.
I say we better. I better make sure that they not misusing company equipment.
Right. So I'll, for the sake of expediency, you all file through after it and go and stand in it. Door closes, locks up, pressurizes, and then the door opens, and you walk into another room. This one is filled with storage things that you recognise more. These seem to be like enclosed environments, large glass kind of windows into them, and they hold various types of plant life. These look like just kind of mainly plant life that you assume would come from the planet. Two of them, however, have got this really thick kind of black, almost like carapace and like mold growing all over it.
Is there any sort of like information anywhere, sort of telling, like what anything is, or things written down?
You go over to the plant life. It just kind of gives you indication. Like we found this growing outside the lab site, the research site does not appear to have taken on any properties of items found within Temple, and it just kind of talks about like the consistency of it, whether or not it's edible. Some of it's just kind of pretty, so it looks like they've just kind of taken it to see what they could do with it. The thick kind of black mold and kind of cannabis, it says it's an organic material that, if properly molded, could perhaps be used to build houses. However, it's particularly it is not aesthetically pleasing, so they're maybe talking about how they could modify it in a way that it doesn't look like something out of a fucking nightmare.
It looks very useful, this boss.
Right.
Some kind of resin, eh? Don't recognise this. I've seen this anywhere.
Don't remember seeing any plant life on the ship's manifest. It's very unusual to find this kind of thing. And
Well, it's interesting, and it would be good for the company because it's building houses.
not really.
What it says, it's not a classified material. It doesn't appear to be sensitive in any way. It's just a useful thing that they found. It's not something that couldn't be easily explained as something they've came up with, especially they kind of toy around with the DNA a bit.
So if they were going to do this, why would they not house this in not a storage unit? It's not properly ventilated. It's should be put in some kind of a lab or.
Perhaps it's
does
best
it
to
look like
keep it
this
cold.
storage unit's been modified at all?
These are just the kind of standard kind of storage units that you'd have heard of being used on like alien planets. They're in enclosed spaces and they tend to keep things from growing. What they found is that like a lot of plant life from other planets, if you put it somewhere, it just could go crazy and take over things. They don't know how to react to the shipped materials, so this one just gives it its own atmosphere and just slows its growth. From what you can see about the mold in that, is that if they just left it in a kind of unsecure location, it would just keep going, and they didn't want that. So this one's just regulating its temperature to stop it doing anything, but it has uses. So they've, again, this area appears to be more secure. So this would be worked on by science crew, science staff. This wouldn't be where they let like the engineers in or the maintenance guys. Again, everything's very compartmentalized.
Would Valen feel threatened by this staying here? Would he want it like destroyed? Or
No, it doesn't appear to hold any value other than as a building material. It doesn't say it's dangerous. It just says it could be useful. But everyone signed an NDA. This thing's
Professor. Sorry to interrupt you there, Lee.
No, go ahead. That's fine. Yeah, I was going to talk more about it, but it's boring, so let's move on.
Professor, would you be able to take a sample of this kind of material? Obviously, they thought it was important to have it in storage.
Any relevant tests will already be on the data drives that you've taken. Or do you want to open it?
Perhaps the data is very good, but to have an actual living sample, I'm sure it would be very valuable to the company and would look very well on your report.
Like tapping the container.
I'm gonna say let's not fuck about with this thing, because if we fuck about with it, we don't know what we're going to find out.
I say dive headlong into it.
Yeah, fuck that way.
We should taste it.
I have
think I might have already done that.
flamethrower again. The incinerator is ready again.
No, I would not want to damage company possessions. But
Kill it and destroy it.
It's up to you, Professor Grimm. It would look very well on your report back home. But that's up to you.
I would say I feel like we need to destroy it, because whatever is in this ship is probably came off this plant.
We haven't been classified to
theories,
destroy.
interesting.
We have not been classified to destroy any plant life or any materials on the ship, so unfortunately we won't be able to do that.
I mean, have we got to go by your rules, or have we got to buy
Oh,
the
we appear to have
scientific rules?
ads.
The company
ads.
policy is to not.
Hold on, Leon,
damage-
there's ads, mate. Give us a second. Nobody can hear you.
Alright.
What I'll throw in here as you are talking is that Leon, you know what? Nah, never mind. Just do what you want.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen,
don't know
still-
shit.
No, I was going to say, well, Leon is a company exec. We know that the ship's intact. I mean, the people are dead, but the ship's intact, so
Okay,
can salvage
we're
this.
back.
right. Well, that's revelations we're given there in the last 30 seconds about characters.
You did not miss anything.
Game-breaking revelations. I can't believe that you're all each other's parents.
Time travel.
Time loop.
Mindfuckery.
That was something just to take us off track. And the Alien RPG game that I played last time, I suggested that it was like a Groundhog Day scenario, where we're constantly doing the same mission over and over again. But
Like that episode of every sci-fi TV show ever.
yeah.
Oh, that movie, Groundhog Day.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, every Stargate done that. I'm pretty sure Star Trek done that. I'm pretty sure Voyager done it. So they've all done an episode of just the day repeating itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stargate
Family
was
Guy's
fun.
done it.
Great episodes, just to throw that one out there. But I'm into it. Right, so you fuck around with the plant life and a bit, decide you don't want to do that. We've not got much time left, so go and explore something interesting. There's interesting stuff just the other way.
Let's destroy it.
Let's go that way.
We mysteriously go the way that has been mentally passed on to us to go.
Well, we're still
Um,
looking for the drives, right? So
I-
we should go and look
yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
You currently have one of the drives that you
Yeah.
require. It's 3 you're looking for. You currently have one.
Let's go
Um,
to a different room.
I think
Okay.
we should leave via the main door this time.
Well, you can actually
Okay.
go through this way. This leads you out.
yes.
Just so you understand, see when you go in here, you find a control room with an elevator there. It looks like when they were bringing
Oh.
these particular samples up, it looks like whatever would come up would dock there, and again bring it through so that nobody could see what they were dealing with.
I think I'll just check the last room in this place, which should be like over here. I don't think we've checked this doctor's
You've
room
No, I
yet.
think
Not-
that's a bit we haven't checked. Yeah, I
You've
think
not
that's
checked
the
that
only
room.
bit.
Well, you've not checked that, and you've not checked over here, but you've not checked
Yeah.
this specifically. So yeah, you pop it open.
Let's go that way.
I'd like to check that with anyone that wants to come with me. But you guys can go
Yeah.
up the elevator if you'd like, or not.
Well, the elevator would not work
Go
at the moment because
down?
it only works when there's a ship
Yeah.
docked. So it's like
Oh,
a
okay.
transport. That's like a transport elevator for like bringing large specimens up. That's part of the retrofit. Okay, cool. So the lead scientist's office. Who is walking into that room first?
Do we
would
want to stay
be-
together or split?
We can do a splitsy.
Cool.
Okay. Well, again, who is walking into that room first?
I'm not interested in the
go-
main scientist thing. I just want to get
That's
this
cool. Right.
job
So
done.
Valen walks in. Is anyone with Valen?
I'll be standing at the door, but like
Okay, cool. So you go up
I'll
to the
go
door.
in.
standing guard.
Door opens. As she's opened the door, you see something unexpected. You see a human body that has been smashed into a large view screen on the wall and is currently hanging from it. Red kind of blood dripping from it. Can
shit.
you add 1 stress dice to everyone that walked into that room, please?
So just me and Leon.
I'll go quickly run off the body to check if it's okay.
It is not
I
okay.
think they're dead.
It is particularly dead and cold. Leon and any other marine, if the marines went into the room, if you've got medical as a tech skill, you can give me a medical roll. If you've not, just give me a straight wits or a wits check.
I'm still
I have
outside the room.
medical-
If
I
you
have
don't do
medical
this,
aid.
No
Medical
one's
aid's
even
different.
told me anything's happening here.
I'm going to assume
Right.
he exclaimed something when he seen the body hanging out of a monitor. Like that is a
Yes.
surprising thing.
Can I use medical aid or no?
Yeah, it's fine. Do that.
I got face hugger.
Right, you rolled a 1, mate. You
Okay,
run
just use
out
it one.
of the room. You run just straight
No
past John.
surprise there.
And just, there's a thing in the fucking wall.
We should
But-
really get a new captain.
But Rosette, Rose, that's not right. That that body's dripping, but they've been dead for days. Bodies don't drip for days. That's red. It's wet. That's not right.
Can I take the body down?
So you grab it and you just bang it straight onto the ground and you look at it and something twigs in your head. That's not blood. Well, that is blood. It's not human blood though.
Okay.
That's an android. That's why it's not
Ah.
coagulated. Because, well, humans get all sticky and bloaty and weird when they die.
Yeah.
And
Would it
androids
have
don't.
any information stored in it? Potentially.
You certainly could try and get the information out through it. If you've ever seen Alien 3, basically with some cable, like a USB cable and a data pad, you can switch it back on if you choose to. However, this
Oh.
thing has been smashed. Like this is whatever done this, smashed its head, destroyed it, and smashed it into the wall. So you could maybe recover some data from it. This will take some time though. Do
I
you
will
have
do
anything
that.
Comtech?
Comtech. Doo-doo-doo, don't think so.
Okay. You can try and do a contact roll. You can click on the empty box and it will give me a roll that you can try and do, or you can go and get someone to help you.
Where's the empty box?
I'll have a look at your sheet. Russia with a sheet.
While John ran away.
I do have
I
contact.
peeked in
You do indeed,
to see
Stevens.
what
Sorry.
was going on.
Just
Well,
wasn't looking.
you see your friend tearing a bloody corpse out of the wall and dumping it on the ground, so you can take a stress dice for that. Like, that's fucked up. That's not right. Rach, do you tell that it is do you say, by the way, this is an android?
No, I'm just gonna keep doing what I was doing.
Okay. So you see your friend kind of burst open the chest and pull out her datapad and just start fucking wires into places, like just on different kind of bits of the spine and stuff.
I feel like once they did that, even only having one in contact, I'd probably figured out it was an android at that point.
You can give me a straight wits roll or a contact roll to work that one out, just for funsies. Just to see if you like panic. Yeah.
We've got our own personal Jonesy here.
No.
Oh, hello, little cutie pie.
She is
I got one
mascot.
success and 0 panics.
Yeah. You've
should
seen
get, like,
people this
a-
before. Usually it's like blood. It's white blood that comes out of these things. But yeah, that's. You've heard of these are top of the line. These are the newest generation of android. These are ones that are so human that you can only tell if you go to sick bay and actually scan their blood. But like for a moment, what you see is your friend just bursting into a person and doing stuff. But like you take some deep breaths. You're like, okay, I know what's happening here. Rach, you try and take off the information. It is heavily corrupted, and basically what you see is you get the last few seconds of them being alive, and there's just a shape, and then just a flash, and then just system error, damage. If you want to try and
Shape. Like, what sort of shape am I seeing?
a large shape, a large dark
Large
shape.
shape. Okay.
Yeah, bigger than like it is oddly proportioned and massive, and then it's just literally turn right and you don't know what's happened, but something
Okay.
flatlined it. The further you try and go, a lot of the data's been corrupted. You will get some stuff. A lot of it just talks about the ship and just what the doctor's been doing in the last few weeks. The tests have ran, and you do even see kind of clips of the specimens that they found alive and doing things. You get flashes of like dissecting the face hugger in the dissection chambers that you looked at, and then you see them kind of like discussing things. They talk a lot about something called royal jelly, and the uses that will have for the company.
Royal jam.
especially- well, that's actually a reference to one of the comic books that I don't think anyone will have read. It was one of the people kept getting it wrong, and I was referring to it as Regal Jam. But like that's like a really deep cut alien comic reference, which probably no one will ever get. So I'll tell you now. But yeah, you do that. While you're going through it as well, you do also find a card, not just an ID card, but this one says, oh, I've got this person as a name, Dr. A. Davis, and it says clearance level bridge access.
Okay. Can I take that with me?
Absolutely can, of course you can. So yeah, you've got an access, and you've got the kind of corrupted memory of the doctor that just kind of shows you some of the stuff that they've been looking at. It's only been the last few days that you've got to you managed to recover. To do more, you would need to spend a lot of time with this, and probably would need a team of people very well versed in like android memory recovery.
I'll just go back out.
And you find Mr.
well,
Bailey
I
just
have-
tied against the wall, more sick somehow all over it. In his suit.
Arthur's trying to. Nothing's coming
You
out.
really shouldn't go in rooms, like, ever. I
Yeah.
think you should just stay in the hallway for the whole time. You just
know, I
throw
just,
up every single room we go into.
Yes, I would really rather keep some rations. It's not becoming of corporate liaison of the Wayland Corporation. Did you
Well,
find anything of
they
notes in
obviously
there?
sent the one with the very iffy stomach. Let's just say that.
I actually wanted to come under this this engagement to prove myself.
Boom! You hear a massive explosion from the side of the ship and from the cargo bay area. Lights start
Everyone goes,
flashing, alarms start
What
going.
was that?
I raise the incinerator.
I get my grenade launcher out.
Stay hint me, Corporal.
I get behind them.
The ship starts to kind of tilt. Feels like it's spinning.
Oh dear.
Lights start
This
flashing.
is not good.
Evacuation pods now available. Please proceed to the rear or rear or front of the ship to make use of evacuation.
No. No.
Distant, but you can hear explosions.
We can't leave yet.
Can
We
I
haven't found the
tell?
communication logs or the scan data. We need to get to the bridge. I thought we'd have more time for this, but we don't.
As you
Well-
go into the corridor, you see flames at the top. The area that you have came in from is completely aflame. You hear a louder explosion from what you think was the cargo area. You've only seen one evacuation point. It was in the lab.
That will still not be damaged, right? The evacuation area.
The ship is starting to tilt and come apart. You can
Uh,
hear bulkheads slamming into place to
Wait,
stop a
where
bit.
is the scientist and the
That's a
thingy
good
at this
question.
point?
Where are
Well,
you?
see, when I said we were going to go a different way, that was when I thought someone with a gun was coming with us.
Yeah.
I'm assuming at this point you were just kind of loitering because like, I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
You guys have got the guns in there. We'll just wait. Is what I'm assuming.
I'm
that
just,
you were doing.
I'm just waiting for roughneck stuff. I'm just like sitting there going, like, tell me to fix something or open something or whatever. I'll be here.
The explosions are getting closer. I'll say that the emergency system shuts the doors here. So now, and I'll say over here as well. It is basically lines across the floor, red lines pointing towards evacuation points.
I'm gonna head to the left to the bit on the map that we can't see.
Miss.
This is the door here, and that is
Yeah.
the bit that is now exposed to space, and explosions were coming from.
I'm
Right.
following the evacuation lines.
I will
Miss
say
Mauser.
again, there is evacuation lines leading you
I literally
towards
grab
the
will
evacuation
follow.
John
points.
Yep, I'm following
at
them.
this point.
You start to run, right? There is flames, there is explosions,
Yep.
there is death coming for you. Do
I
you want to
grab-
evacuate?
Yes, I am
John and
evacuating.
Bill with him.
You notice Valen's not leaving yet.
Okay. Right, I'm going to look. Roughneck said they're running. Scientist, are you running?
I'm running.
Right, Marine 1, Jock, are you running?
I'm literally grabbing him and running to.
Right, I will say if he's
Listen,
grabbed you,
John.
give me an are you cold clocking him close combat, or what are you doing?
Just grabbing his shoulder and
Right,
literally.
strength check, opposed strength check for the two of you. He's grabbing you and he's trying to drag you. Things are happening. Shit,
Door comes down.
tilting.
Comes down.
Yeah,
Alright, this will be a good flavor.
evacuation point. Evacuation, please.
My
Evacuate
strength
shit.
is pretty shit, so it should be okay. Okay, I didn't get. Sorry, you see what I get.
I do see you get. You failed, mate. That's fine. Yeah, you grab him. Jock, what you do is you panic a bit. You grab him and you fuck him straight into the wall to stun him, and then you drag him back. And
I can't go.
yeah, in that moment, like, and you're just running. You can feel the gravity plates start to give way. Boom! You switch on your mag boots, so you just go. You've managed to get to the evacuation point. Down the ladders, having to force yourself down. Takes you to the bottom of the dropship. He's on the dropship now. Big button saying emergency evac. What he's doing? Who's piloting the dropship? Who's got a pilot skill actually?
Well, I'm assuming
not
I'd
have
be
a pilot
last
skill?
since I actually had to, you know.
Well, I'm going to say that you literally force him down ahead of you and
I've
kind
got
of just try to
pilot.
slam him down.
Can fly it.
Yeah, well,
Right, Rose,
managed
fly,
to-
fly.
You throw yourself into the pilot seat, like the roller coaster ride, straight into place. Is everyone putting their safety gear
Yes,
on? What you doing?
yes.
Tell me, right. Safety gear on.
Put my safety
Jock,
gear on.
do you just throw the corpo in and fuck him? Like, who cares?
Yeah. I've done my bit.
You throw him at a seat. Good luck with that, mate. Scientist,
Like-
what are you doing?
Like Hulk with Loki.
Yeah, I'm
just, like,
hooked
throwing
in,
him.
got stuff on.
Rachel, sorry, Rose, give me a pilot roll, please. Jesus, that's the 3-6. That's the most successes. She's like, fuck this. Bang. Ship goes and fires down. You just can't look back because surprisingly these things don't have windows around them. Rachel, I will say that there is some screens that show you what's happening, and you see the ship kind of starts to slowly come apart. It's just spinning around. It comes apart. You see the ship that you've arrived on kind of just spinning off, and it hits atmosphere, and then and you're dropping. It is that scene in Aliens where you're like, what?
Are we dropping towards the planet?
Yeah, you're not dropping those. You're hitting the ceiling because you never got
Yeah.
strapped in. So,
Whoa.
He already regrets saving his life.
give me a survival roll or a stamina roll to see who keeps their lunch.
Right,
I'll say the
okay.
Marines don't have to do this because you have dropped before. So you're like,
Stamina,
fuck are these
survival.
civilians complaining about?
Plus, I'm obviously so pissed off that I just saved his life.
Did
Yeah.
that roll? Did that
I
actually
got
roll?
2
How are these
successes
people
on the
so
survival,
useless?
but
Right.
so I only have minimal brain damage.
Yeah, basically, what happens? You manage to kind of grab onto some stuff and you hooked your arm, but like your legs are up in the air, but like, I've no more sick left in me. I'm okay. Rat,
Wrong. Well,
you got 2 successes and a panic, so you just
Yeah, I'm just yelling my head off the whole time.
but you're fine
Yeah.
the whole time. And Logan, you got success as well, so you're just like, oh god. But you're fine. And you drop down. And boom, we'll leave it there for tonight.
Yeah.
Because that is 10:30.
Right.
I have overwrote this so much. There was so
Man,
much
That's
more
fine.
things to look at.
We'll make it a
It takes a long
series
time to go through.
until we die.
But yeah, with the 3 pilot, I'll say that you've managed to get down, and Rachel, like, you find the pilot beacon for the camp, and you reposition the ship, and you're coming in for a good landing. And I'm not going to change that.
Fantastic.
So that is us.
Yes.
So thank you very much for anyone that stayed with us. It was a hell of a ride there. I feel, but you picked like the least interesting route around the ship. I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
there was some cool stuff in the front end, and there was some cool stuff
well,
in
I
the
wanted to
cargo.
go that way, but I was dragged away.
It was like, you just
I
kind of
thought
got
we'd
to.
have like unlimited time.
This is
so-
a 3-day special
Yeah,
event,
I
mate.
didn't know the ship was going to blow up, in all fairness, because I was ready to go back into the ship and I was like, hang on.
But
I
Valen,
figured
But, like,
Leon
my
didn't
brain
know
was
it was
thinking, and
gonna
I was
blow up.
like, I was just like, yeah, this whole thing's blown up. I should leave.
Valen
Well-
was wanting to just like, I don't know. He didn't. It was complete denial about the ship like blowing up, and he just wanted to get the data. I guess.
What's it? We'll say goodnight, and then you can tell me your theories, right? Okay, so anyway, thank you very much for everyone that's joined us. This is Sanity Check Gaming. We'll be doing this game until Wednesday. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was an event, but yeah, thank you very much for coming, and see you tomorrow. Bring your friends. Everybody, watch what we're doing. Bye.
Bye,
Is there anyone else
Bye,
want to say
guys.
anything?
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.